Warning, incoming dad joke. Warning, incoming dad joke.
Hey guys, how do you know if a vampire is sick?
I don't know. How?
By his coffin.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
All that I have, all that I've learned, everything I feel, all this and more I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the lightning.
We named the dog Indiana.
I am your father.
Hello and welcome to another ceremonial episode of Three Geeky Dads, the show now used as a form of capital punishment in some countries. I am Mark.
I'm Derek.
I'm Brian.
And returning from his tour with a Winger tribute band, Monster Cereal's own Tito, who makes 4 in a show built for 3. Welcome back, Tito.
Thanks, guys.
We missed you.
Glad to be back.
Winger, huh?
I was out there. Yeah, I was jamming, dude.
Wow.
Had
I
the
was out
shirt and
there.
all.
Felt great.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah. Played the kazoo. Very weird.
Kazoo, yeah.
And not with his mouth.
No.
It's multi-talented.
Man of many talents. Tonight we continue our Head into Halloween Hammer series as we move from vampires to satanic cults with the Hammer movie The Devil Rides Out, also known as The Devil's Bride if you're living in the States, which we are. But either title, either way, one thing is clear. The Devil Rides Out is a lot like Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. This movie is loaded with satanic rituals, cult worship, dark magic, and Christopher Lee. Much like Attack of the Clones, which was brought along by dark magic, performed by cult worshippers and using a satanic ritual, and also starred Christopher Lee. But before we all strip naked, grease ourselves up, and call out Satan's name to help the Pats win the Super Bowl, like we all did that year they came back against Seattle, and well, maybe that was just me. Well, anyway, here's Brian with some appetizers to distract you all to what I just said.
Oh, that year they came back to win in the last few minutes against the Falcons. Or that year that they came back to win in the last few minutes against... Oh.
So it's like,
They were actually winning that game. They won the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't come back.
They
came back against Atlanta, though. Come
I
on,
just
guys.
needed an
Mark doesn't
excuse
know
to grease
sports.
myself. Yeah.
Three geeky dads, everyone. Three geeky dads. The name says everything.
We're not sports nerds.
That time the Red Sox came back to beat the Lakers for the Super Bowl.
I got the team right. You got to give me that. I got Seattle right.
Clearly, this isn't 4 athletic bros. It's 3 geeky dads.
Go, sports team! Curling's a thing, right?
No, it isn't.
That's the sport of sports, man. That's like,
It's
that's
like the national sport of
I
Canada.
try
the
I try
sport
to
of
give a shout out
champions.
to the extras out there. You know, that's a Freeman. If Freeman's listening, you know, he's in
He likes sports. Yeah. He's gonna be like, what is he talking about?
Well, he knows what I'm talking about. He was there greasing up with me.
I feel like the brooms in curling should be called irons, so they're curling irons.
Where were you when we were
We
writing our
did the
dad
dad
jokes
joke.
earlier?
I know, huh?
I don't know, Derek. What should the brooms in curling be called?
Oh, the gang's all back.
Yeah.
All 4 of us. Welcome back, Tito. We didn't have Tito the last time, but I want to thank Dean again for coming in last week and playing the part of Tito. He did so very well and was...
He
More
even looked
likable.
stuff up.
Yeah,
in a
That,
prompt fashion.
that dude's like super eloquent. I've seen Chicka Chat. He's like thoughtful and
He
fucking
is.
smart.
Yeah.
He really is.
I know, he really had to dumb it down last week.
And Tito's over here going, words are hard.
Words are hard, yeah.
I like pie.
Don't ask me to repeat anything.
And the week before that, we didn't have Derek. So we're all back,
Yeah.
usual. And let's have some appetizers, Brian. What do you got? What do you got
Alright.
on tap, sir?
Give me a scotch, I'm starving.
Well, like Mark said, we're taking a look at The Devil Rides Out, our second movie in our Hammer series. And this week, because of that fact, as Mark mentioned, that movie is full of satanic worship, summoning the devil and whatnot. So we decided that we would take a look at some of our favorite movies that deal with the same subjects as satanic worship and demonic possession.
Want me to go?
Go ahead.
All right, I'll go.
Kick it off.
I am kicking it off with the ultimate possession movie. I'm going The Evil Dead. Still the best.
Nice.
In
Nice.
the
Good
best.
choice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
you would.
demonic possession.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's pretty much a given. Demonic possession in Evil Dead is not only fast, efficient, but it's hilarious.
Yes, it
it's
is.
a lot of fun. It can be scary. It's gross, but when these people get possessed by demons, they're bitch slapping their way through everything. There's no rising above the bed. It's not just saying bad words and masturbating with a cross or anything. Nope, they're up and they kung fu that shit. If you get in their way, they will fucking kick your ass. These demons kick your ass.
It's like, what if Mo Howard had a demon all up inside?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, you're spot on, man. Some wonderful slapstick. More so in Evil Dead 2, but the original Evil Dead has that great pencil scene and just the way they move. They move comical. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's fun possession.
It almost feels like a camera effect too, which it isn't. Like the movements are so like robotic and kind of weird that it almost feels like they're not human.
Yeah.
It almost looks like Raimi had cut out like frames.
Yeah,
to kind of make it look more jerky than they actually are.
Absolutely.
And I wonder if that's a trick that he did, because I know that.
He did that with Spider-Man.
Well, he did it with Spider. No, he uses that camera effect, whether he gets his actors to do it naturally or he actually does cut out frames. But Terry Gilliam does it a lot.
Yeah.
Like if you notice, like when there's an action scene, it's like boom, there's like a frame missing, and all of a sudden, like it's so sudden, It's like
Very
I
true.
think Raimi might be doing the same
scary.
thing.
Those guys scare me in fucking Evil
No, they
Dead.
are
They're
scary
fucking scary,
looking.
dude.
The Deadites.
They got they
they're
have
scary
no no eyeballs. That's always freaky.
Yeah, it's
their
all-
faces get all mangled, and then even after they're stopped, they're still talking. They're melting. They're just
they're white,
different colors are
pupilless
oozing out
eyes.
Of there. Yeah.
Are you excited for Evil Dead Rise?
I don't know. Am I? I can't. I'm not excited for anything anymore. I'm pretty jaded with everything.
I haven't heard of this Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, it's Evil Dead in the high rise, basically.
Interesting.
And I don't think
No more Cabin in the Woods.
I don't think Ash was going to be in it,
Well, then
but I
no.
know that Bruce Campbell helped produce it.
And Sam Raimi is
Involved. Yeah, they're both involved.
Oh no
So,
way. Okay,
I'll give it. Of course I'll.
that's cool.
Give it a whirl. We'll see.
Cool.
But for now, I'm sticking with the original Evil Dead, and the Evil Dead remake is good too. But that has nothing to do with this. I'm done.
1A and 1B
Thank
essentially. I mean, as for Evil Dead 2 is kind of like one. Only
It is.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Funny
sort
and
of
better.
it's
Evil
a
Dead 1
reboot
redo.
for-
It's like a reimagining.
Redux. Yeah.
Yeah. And 86 is the other two, and just brings him and his girlfriend up to the cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in Army of Darkness, it's Bridget Fonda. Who knew? Great trilogy. Anyone else? Next?
I'll go next.
All right.
I'm not a huge possession guy, I
All
don't
right,
know.
thank you, Tito. Anyway,
And I've seen like Exorcist. I'm not gonna say anything. Forget it. And I almost went Evil Dead, but I was like, I think somebody's gonna pick him. And then I almost went with another one that I thought you would pick, so I didn't. I'm going 99. I'm going Idle Hands.
Ooh, good one.
As mine.
Good choice.
Devin Sawa.
I've seen
it
it so many
does
times.
have a lot in common with Evil Dead.
With
though.
Evil Dead, with the
Possessed
possession of the
hands.
hand, and
Yeah.
I just always really, really like that movie. Again, like funny, but a little bit scary. It creeps me out. The beginning, you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
His family is murdered, and you're wondering what the hell happened to them. It was him, but it wasn't him. And just like his movements with the hand are really, really good. Seth Green and is really
Foggy
funny.
Nelson.
And Foggy. Yeah. And the way
that's
they
right,
die
that is
and
him.
come back
Wow.
to life
Yeah.
is hilarious.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
From the
yeah.
Netflix one?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was
Really?
what's his name from
Oh, he was Fulton Reed. from
Fulton
the Mighty
Reed
Ducks.
from Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
the Bash
Yeah.
Brothers.
Okay.
Remember the Bash Brothers?
No, I maybe saw.
You want to
Mighty
put
Ducks
Jason
once.
X on the top of your list? You need to watch the Mighty Ducks.
No, you need to
Come
No,
on.
watch.
I really don't.
You need
Let's
to
get
watch
wholesome.
Jason X.
You got a daughter. Has
Yeah.
she seen it?
What,
she
Jason
hasn't.
X?
She should see it.
She
What,
should
Jason
see.
X
No,
should
not
see?
Jason
Totally.
X. Mighty Ducks. The Mighty Ducks.
She's not into sports
The
movies.
greatest villains in sports history, the Norwegian fucking Olympic team.
That's right.
Junior Olympic team. They're the greatest villains in sports movie history.
I disagree. The dragons from Teen Wolf, good sir.
So that was D2.
That was D2.
That was D2.
Yeah.
Because the
No, it's
in
the
the
Hawks.
first
Yeah.
one it's the
Yeah,
Hawks.
yeah.
Yeah, Tito.
They're just a bunch of privileged a-holes.
Coached by the Tim Allen's neighbor, right?
Wilson?
Was he
Oh,
the same
Art
guy?
Wilson?
No, it's not Wilson. It's,
He reminds me of
somebody else.
Wilson.
Not
Yeah,
Art.
he
Is it
kinda
Art? No,
does.
what's his name? Not Art Hindle. He was.
Oh, you know who he is? He's the prosecutor.
Earl Hindle.
Yes.
He's been a prosecutor in Law and Order, too. Yeah.
Cousin Vinny,
and
right?
my cousin Vinny.
Yes,
He's the prosecutor that's
prosecutor.
prosecuting Ralph Macchio
Yeah.
and the other guy.
No, Wilson.
No.
No,
Okay, so
Wilson
we're off
is
of
not
Wilson
in this
already.
movie.
Okay.
He is
He's
not
not
in
Wilson.
Mighty Ducks.
He
he's-
reminds me of Wilson.
Okay.
He's
all right.
Mr. Identical.
Yeah.
Yep,
that
that's
guy?
the one.
Yeah.
I would like a chance to wire
Harry,
this
he's in-
witness.
He's in Lois and Clark, right?
Perry. He was
Yeah,
Perry
yes,
White.
Perry White.
Oh,
Perry
okay.
White.
Yeah,
Cut
yeah.
all
That
of
guy.
this. Cut it all.
No,
every
this
single-
is how they
Cut
learn.
Yeah, this is good stuff.
Tito. This is gold.
Cut it.
We're learning and
Cutting
teaching at the
floor.
same time.
I had no idea Wilson was in this movie.
Yeah.
He's not.
I shouldn't have said anything about Wilson. I'm sorry.
Oh, Mr. Wilson!
I could do this the whole show.
Oh my god.
And I
Fun
will.
film movie. Young Jessica Alba, who I fucking. Oh my god, I love.
Oh,
her.
Jessica Alba's the girl in that.
Yeah, young Jessica
Oh,
Alba.
she's wonderful.
Not like young, but like it was age appropriate at the time. We've all been age appropriate.
Seth
this
Green
whole
died
time.
by like a bottle, right? Doesn't
He
he have
Gets
like
a
a
bottle
stick?
jammed in his
Yeah.
head,
Bottle.
and the other guy gets his head cut off
Yeah.
by a blade or so, of like a saw blade.
yeah.
and then they keep attaching it back on.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first. And that was like one of the first times I ever saw a movie where they were like nicknaming all their smoking pipes. There was like Wesley Pipes, like Billy Bong Thornton, and like Bongzilla. It was fucking awesome. Great
do-
movie though.
So what do you call yours, Tito?
Oh, I just edibles.
I named each
Classicist.
individual gummy.
I know.
Here's Fred. Here's Wilson.
That's it. That's them.
I
that's
will
mine.
say though, Idle Hands kills the lead singer to The Offspring. So
that's
that
right,
was the
yeah.
first time
That's
other
a win.
than Vanilla Ice appearing in Ninja Turtles 2, where I saw a band really be integrated in the film like that.
the movie.
Wow.
Vanilla Ice just dances around. No one kills him.
So clearly you never saw.
Oh, you didn't watch iZombie when they killed Rob Thomas?
No.
Oh, I have
You
to
ever
watch
see
that
that
now.
show?
I fucking
I
hate
Zombie?
I
that
need to
guy.
watch it now. I never watched
Well,
iZombie.
the guy who created
I know what it is.
Veronica Mars
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
iZombie,
Yeah.
his name is Rob Thomas.
Oh.
So he got
Rob
Thomas
musical
to show
Rob
up in one of the episodes, and they murder him.
Good.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
pretty good.
I was gonna say Nothing But Trouble. When
You know, I
Oh,
haven't
with
seen that movie. in
Digital
so-
Underground.
Yeah,
and
and,
Tupac,
That's right.
Humpty
They
Hump,
are in
yeah.
that. Well,
Rest
maybe
in
it was.
peace, Chuck G.
It's one I remember more vividly. Let's put it that
Or
way.
Studio 666, where they kill off all of the Foo
That's
Fighters.
Right,
That's
true.
right.
Digital Underground doesn't die in Nothing But Trouble.
No.
They get let go because they
Huh?
perform.
I got to see that movie. All I
No,
remember
they,
is the hot
they
dogs.
get sent on the.
No, that's like
they?
the drunk foursome get put on the
Oh,
bone
okay.
crusher.
All
They get
right.
let go because they can
You're
fucking
right. You're right.
Tupac spits fierce 16 bars. And Dan Aykroyd's like, let him go. He's gonna die soon, anyways. Rest in peace, Tupac.
Oh wow.
Who's next?
I'll go
Good
next.
to be back, Tito. Thank you.
Right?
Good to be back.
Brian, what's your pick?
So I'm going with 2007's Paranormal Activity. Thank you for asking, Tito.
It's like pulling teeth. Jesus.
If I hear any of this edited, you're all fired.
They are all fired. I'm the one that does the editing.
Oh yeah, you
But fuck all of
said I'm
y'all.
firing myself.
Touche, Brian.
You got me there. Paranormal Activity. Great
Paranormal
choice,
Activity.
yes.
I like the first one. I like the build. It's one of these movies where it brought back the found footage kind of genre of horror. And it was really well done for what it was, especially the first one. You really didn't know what was going on with Katie and what was his name, Mika?
Mika.
Or Micah.
No, it's Mika.
And
So it would have been
Still
manlier
haven't
if it
seen
was Micah.
yeah.
You still haven't seen it?
I still haven't seen that one.
No?
You didn't see the
I
first
haven't
one?
seen any of them.
Oh, wow.
That's the only one I saw.
I have
It's-
stayed
Yeah,
away from that
awesome.
the
series.
first one's really
great.
good, and I'm not going to spoil it for you then
Yeah.
and anybody at home, but it's kind of a slow build where there's a demon in the house. You never see it, but you see what it does, and you can hear it just as they are. And they set up cameras all around the house to kind of capture what's going on.
Yep.
And they do capture footage, and it's really creepy at times because there's like almost no music in this movie at all.
No.
There's no soundtrack to it, and
It's just when the TV's on.
it's just amazingly well done. The demon seems to be targeting Katie, who is just her and Mika that live in this big old house, and it's basically targeting her. And we don't find out why until like mostly later in other movies what's really going on. But in this one, it's it's very creepy, and she eventually kind of becomes possessed by it. Yeah, and it's really good. It's
As
really
a-
good, and that's
as-
all I'm saying.
Someone who is not a huge fan of those styles of films,
Yeah.
like the possession films like that, I went with a friend of mine, and I was so impressed.
Yeah.
By what I was
Yeah.
watching, and I think they made it for like $5,000,
It was-
$5,000 maybe.
Yeah.
And the whole time,
There's a reason why there's like 12.
like
of them now.
knowing it,
Yeah.
right. But like
They
knowing
put out,
it,
like,
I was
one a
like,
year.
how did they do that?
Yeah.
Like some of the effects they're doing,
Yeah.
I'm just like, whoa, this is amazing.
Yeah. all in the director's house.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't have to spend really anything for production value.
It's crazy.
No.
I was so impressed.
I really like the first three, to be honest, because, without giving too much away, Derek, because you should see these, it goes backwards.
Yeah,
basically.
you see her as a kid, right?
It goes back.
I
Yeah.
like that
All right, now I feel
progression.
like seeing them.
I would
Okay.
definitely see the first three. Four's got some moments.
Yeah.
5 I did not like. 6
No,
was,
I agree.
But the latest one that came out, which is kind of a new story, is
Yes,
actually pretty
it's
good.
not that bad.
Yeah,
It's
which
not that bad.
number
Was that
7
the one that went right to Netflix?
No, not Netflix.
Prime? No.
Paramount.
Paramount.
They're all on Paramount.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, so you have no excuse there, Derek.
I can.
Yeah,
Are those
no, I agree
Blumhouse
with you,
films?
Mark. The first 3 make a nice trilogy.
Are they what?
Are they Blumhouse? Produced by Blumhouse?
I don't think they are.
No, I'm not. I don't think so.
They're not, I think
I'm not sure.
I'm thinking The Purge.
You check it out though.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I recommend them. So the first 3.
Yeah.
I like 1. 2 is good. But I like 3 a lot too.
2 is good because you
start
kind
to
of see like
more
scenes of 1
in
from a
each
different
one.
perspective
Right,
too, which is
exactly.
cool.
And scene 3 shows more.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the same gimmicks that
No,
the first movie.
Like shows more like boobs. Or-
No. There's really nothing like that. There's
Oh my
not
God! I wish she was topless.
Oh,
on
I
this
know.
one.
Like
can't even
Katie
go.
is
Kate
She's a-
Featherstone.
She's
Yeah.
a baddie.
Featherstone is
yeah,
great.
she's a
Yeah,
baddie.
she really is.
Beautiful, awesome.
In like
Love her.
a plain, like nerdy, geeky kind of hot
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, there's something about her.
Yeah, she's attainable.
She's obtainable.
She is.
She's
Yeah.
She
real.
is.
She's realistic,
Yeah.
sexy.
Yeah.
She's not super done up model.
No,
superstar
like if I wasn't
sexy.
married, I'd be like, I think I can make that happen.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I could punt into that
Yes,
coverage.
the definition.
not me. I love my. I know Sarah listens, so not me. I love my wife. I only see my. What was it? Godfather 2. To me, there is only my wife.
Yeah.
There you go, honey.
Guess what part's getting cut out now?
Yeah, right.
You're still fired.
You leave that in, Brian. You leave that in.
I'm leaving it in.
No, leave it in. She'll love it. She'll laugh. She'll agree with you.
He's gonna re-edit. I loathe my wife. Sorry,
Yeah.
honey.
Yeah.
I
Sorry, honey.
She likes it when I leave it in. Leave it in. Leave it in.
Oh, that's disgusting. Seriously, though, leave it in.
Oh boy.
And now on to what Derek thinks. Derek? Oh, wait, hold on. Brian, were you done? Oh, now
I
he's
was done.
drinking.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was done.
Derek,
Derek, take it away.
what is your pick?
Well, so if we're going for like a possession scene, it would be Beetlejuice.
Dude, I almost
the
picked
dinner.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
like that is my all-time favorite, like a moment of possession in a film.
Yeah, that's a
But
good one.
in keeping with like the fact that this is horror, I'm going Constantine, 2005's Constantine.
Nice.
The beginning of that movie when they show him working and it's a little girl and I don't know where, but
Yeah.
like she's possessed and he draws the thing out into the mirror and then there's the scene with Shia LaBeouf is down on the street in the cab and the mirror comes crashing down. And just in general that whole movie.
It would have been better if it cut Shia LaBeouf to shreds.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, that would have been nice. Yes,
I still liked him back then. I actually liked him as
Did ya?
the cabbie, even though he was younger.
yeah.
He was like short round.
He
'Cause
wasn't.
he's in
He
just
wasn't
enough.
as annoying. It was
He's only
early
like
on.
3 or 4 scenes, so it's like just enough.
and it was
of
early
him.
on. It was before before Indiana Jones, before Transformers. So
After Holes?
yeah.
yeah,
It was after
after
Holes.
Holes.
Holes,
And
yeah.
what was the TV show on Disney Channel?
Oh, Even Stevens.
Oh, yeah.
that was after Even Stevens.
Did anybody see that movie that he did that was kind of like Rear Window? What was
Oh,
it? Suburbia.
Disturbia.
Disturbia.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
it's
actually
decent.
not bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
And-
David Morse from St. Elsewhere is the bad guy,
Yeah.
and it's actually pretty decent.
He was good too.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah.
he's really good in it.
I like him.
That's
But
a
yeah,
good pick, man. I love that movie.
Constantine. It's just a great movie, and the way that they obviously Constantine deals with a lot of demons and possessions and all that stuff. So, like the way that they did that and the stuff. I'm a fan of that movie. I know a lot of people aren't. It's a lot of people that are fans of the comics don't like
it,
because he's not blonde. He's not,
he's not British.
But
He's wearing a black jacket.
I'm a hardcore Keanu Reeves fan. So
Samesies.
I mean, and I thought he was awesome in it. It was. I think that was like. It wasn't before. It was after Matrix, right?
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
way
yeah,
out.
it's
Yeah.
after Matrix. Like 04, 05, I think that movie came out.
But it really was like, he was back.
That's a great
cool.
opening. Like they go right
Yeah,
into it.
like
There's
right
no
into
like
showing
Yeah.
what he does for a living.
There it
and,
is.
And
Yeah.
and dealing with the aftermath and stuff, and and just like all the fun demon stuff that happens in that movie between the Rachel Weisz character and you know, and just him like the people that he meets going to Papa
Roach.
No.
Oh, Papa.
Yes.
Papa
Scene where he
Midnight.
goes to the Papa Roach concert.
Papa Midnight.
Yes, Papa Midnight.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I just that one's my favorite. That's
a good one.
demonic movie.
I'd recently
Think about
Good
that.
pick.
rewatched it because I hadn't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
And HBO Max had it on, and it was one of those like leaving soon.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I gotta watch it before it
Oh,
goes.
no, don't
because-
worry about it. Derek Voodoo has it.
Yeah, I know that now. It was like about a year or so ago.
Papa Midnight's got a copy on his voodoo.
Papa Midnight says first one's free, kid.
What was the
For Derek, we call him Papa Woody though.
Papa. Yeah.
Papa?
Big Papa.
Big Papa.
Pizza Papa.
I love it when you call me Big Papa. Put my hand
Big Papa
Willie. He's a true player.
Big Poppy.
That's awesome. We got a Tupac and a Biggie
remember him?
reference.
That's right. We're representing both.
Nice.
Big Poppy played for that baseball team.
Yeah,
The
yes,
Yankees, right?
exactly. The
Remember that? Yeah.
Yankees.
The Patriots.
I beat you to it, Tito.
He threw the
I beat you
touchdown to win
it.
the game.
He scored the goal to.
And the-
he scored
yeah,
the
and
basket.
they won the
Yeah.
Stanley
win the
Cup
game.
for it.
In
Yeah.
Game 6 of the NBA Finals.
Oh, time for a whole anti-sports thing. Next
Oh,
intro.
wow.
I'm going to throw a lot of that in there. Hey, which one did you think I was going to pick?
I thought you were going to go Demon Knight.
That was my runner-up.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was going to be my guy, and then I was like, I think Mark's going to
See, I knew he was
Yeah.
going to go with
I'm
Evil
going to go
Dead.
something
Yeah.
else.
That was my runner-up, and I had a
Close.
feeling I was not going to be able to
The
use
Demon Knight possessions are awesome because when they get possessed, their whole face is stretched
Mm-hmm.
to ungodly size. They got those big forked demonic tongue.
Yeah.
Even when the little kid gets
Yeah.
possessed, and then all of a sudden he's this giant hunched over mutation.
Mm-hmm.
That is really good.
You know what? I got a good runner-up too. Legion.
it. Okay.
Oh, the old
Right?
kids.
That's a good
With
one.
Paul Bettany.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the old lady.
Yeah.
In the
in the diner there? Was
Yeah.
that- that's,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
yeah.
That's the best part of that movie,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
and the ice cream man.
Yeah.
Oh, the Ice Cream Man.
Played by
Oh,
Doug
that's,
Jones.
Doug
Yeah.
Jones. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Awesome picks, everybody. Shall
job.
we get to the main course?
Absolutely.
Shall.
Get on with it.
The devil, you say?
The
The
devil.
devil, you sir.
And now,
Right away. is,
deviled ham. Oh, I could have put deviled ham in there.
Deviled ham.
Deviled. Oh no, deviled ham.
Deviled ham? Devil ham. Deviled?
Deviled eggs is
Deviled
disgusting.
eggs?
I don't know why people like deviled eggs.
Steamed
Oh,
ham.
those are good.
I never
So
had-
you put
I
some
never had
paprika
one.
on them. Oh, they make your farts
Oh, that's
smell
where you
great.
cook the thing and then put it back into it, right?
Yeah.
The yolk?
Yeah,
That's interesting to
it
me.
is.
I never had one, but it's interesting to me.
It's like a twice baked potato. Only.
Yeah, right.
With eggs.
Only it's
Yeah.
eggs.
Right, yes.
Do you want your house to smell like farts for 2 weeks? Then
Yeah,
make some of
yeah.
It
these.
totally
You like
does.
pipe it back
That's why
in.
they call them deviled.
I know.
Interesting.
It smells like the devil's been staying with you for 2 weeks.
My
Well,
mother,
Mark, for an hour.
my mother-in-law made the she still does make. She makes the best deviled eggs.
My
At
mom.
Easter
I thought you were
time.
going to say farts.
She makes the best farts too.
That's after the eggs.
Speaking of eggs, let's get on to the main course.
I want a hamburger. No, a cheeseburger. I want a hot dog. I want a milkshake. I want potato
You'll
chips.
get nothing in life.
Speaking of sulfur,
Speaking of segue,
Yeah, that's all for there you go.
when we think of Hammer, generally we think of the vampires, monsters, red acrylic blood, and lots of cleavage.
Oh, I was thinking parachute pants.
And parachute
Oh.
pants. And Too Legit
Get
to Quit.
on with it. Yes, get on with it.
And now you got me going. But for many genre fans, Hammer is also known for its cult movies. It's stories that travel into the seedy taboo of the human mind with its darkest secrets and desires. Cult films in general have always been fascinating, not just because they're creepy, but also because they represent masses of people that do in fact exist. The idea that a substantial amount of men and women congregate with the same dark, often twisted purpose, leaving us wondering not only the idea of if we, without knowing it, have friends or family who have their own hidden agenda in the dark arts, I know my family does, but also, if tempted enough, if we ourselves would submit to a coven of wicked exploration. So light the bonfires, pour the ceremonial drink, and murmur hypnotic incantations, because we are taking a look at Satanism in a way only Hammer can deliver. Yes, faithful followers, look at the moon, breathe deep, and bow before the all-wise dads, except when it comes to sports, because it's Hammer time.
Transylvania, land of dark forests, dread mountains, and black, unfathomed lakes.
Isn't the thing that's dead supposed to be dead for all time? Yet we brought it back to life.
Gentlemen, no ordinary wolf who has done this thing.
What are you afraid of?
It's a very, very happy woman.
She must have heard one of our jokes.
Exactly.
Totally listens to our show.
She knows what makes a vampire
I
sick.
should edit her in after the dad joke.
So this is The Devil Rides Out, a.k.a. The Devil's Bride. And this is our second in the Head in the Halloween Hammer series. Brian has pretty much introduced us all to this movie.
Yeah, I'm surprised you guys have never seen it.
I have not seen this one. None of us have seen this one. So why don't you work? Can you bring us through this? Can you take us on a magical, satanic
I've seen it a couple
ride?
of times myself. I've got my IMDb open because the characters' names are still not
That's fine.
fresh in my head.
That is fair.
But basically, let me see if I get a synopsis.
People are here to have fun, not learn anything.
Well, no, I like to think of it as both, Mark.
The show educates as well as entertains.
Let's see if I can find a story. Okay. In the countryside of England, the Duc de Richelieu, a.k.a. Nicholas, which is played by Christopher Lee, welcomes his old friend Rex Van Ryn that has flown to meet him and his friend Simon Aaron, who is the son of an old friend that has recently passed away, but charged on the task of watching the youngster. I guess that means Simon. Nicholas and Rex unexpectedly visit Simon that is receiving 12 mysterious friends. I guess I should be. Let me reread that one. Nicholas and Rex unexpectedly visit Simon, who is receiving 12 mysterious friends. Soon, Nicholas, who is proficient in black magic for some reason, learns that the guests are members of a satanic cult, and Simon and his friend Tanith Carlisle will be baptized by the powerful leader Mokata, who's played by Charles Gray, to serve the devil. The two friends abduct Simon and Tanith, expecting to save their souls, but Mokata summons the Angel of Death and the Goat of Mendes to help him in a battle between the good and the forces of evil.
That pretty much sums it
That
up.
pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
In a very small nutshell.
And time travel.
Yeah, there's a little bit of time travel at the end.
They sprinkled a little time travel in there.
There's a happy goat devil.
He was very happy.
Yeah,
He reminded me of.
He was enjoying that party that was thrown.
Do you remember
for him.
in Airplane?
Yeah, his
Airplane,
nipples
the,
were really hard.
automatic pilot.
Yeah.
Remember after
Yeah,
he
Otto.
gets reblown by Julie
Yeah,
Haggerty?
yeah, the
look
smile on his face.
That's what that
You
goat
really-
face reminded
You really
me of.
think that the goat face
Interesting.
devil had
I think
had
he-
that look on his?
I think Julie
All
Haggerty
right.
spent some time with him. 'Cause that's
Maybe she was
exactly
behind
what
the
it
rock with him.
Maybe.
There was a lot of debauchery.
It was.
Not for the cross-eyed
Yeah.
lady.
Rated G debauchery, by the way, because this movie is rated G.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess
Go
it can't
figure.
be R, right?
Huh?
There's no bull.
There's really
there's
very
no
little
boobs.
blood.
Very little
There's
no
boobs.
blood,
No
there's no
boobs.
boobs.
It was kind of disappointing.
There's no
that was
swearing.
as far as that goes.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a good story.
No,
based
it's a
on a
good
novel
movie.
by Dennis Wheatley.
Yeah.
Is there any swearing in any of the Hammer
No,
films?
not really,
No?
except for maybe a damn or and a hell.
Damn.
Okay.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a G.
Yeah.
Give it a G. Yeah,
Give it a G.
One of
Fun
the-
for the whole family.
Put it on the Disney Channel.
One of the
Well,
Dracula movies is rated G, believe it or not.
Yeah, which one was that?
I'm not sure. It could be the one I like. Could be
Dracula has risen from
Dracula Has Risen.
From
The
the
one-
good,
the one
good,
with
good,
Mickey
good
Mouse.
grave.
the maybe. It can't be Scars. That thing's loaded with blood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might be Dracula Has
Something
Risen.
PG. If it's loaded with blood.
Loaded with blood.
Loaded with blood.
Loaded with blood. Opening thoughts. Derek. start
I
us
really
off.
liked it. I did laugh a lot. It was a very entertaining movie, though, and I think overall, like having watched a lot of Hammer movies by now, I think this had the most succinct storyline. Like it was very easy to follow what was happening, except for the relations of the people at
Yeah,
first.
who was related to who?
Yeah,
and
like-
what was?
But overall, I mean, like it was a very like beginning to end, good story, good actors, and I thought I was gonna sneeze. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I liked it. It was fun.
You're allergic to greatness.
And God,
It's sitting
Charles
right next to
Gray, that's a huge nid.
That's right. He's got a huge face.
It's like an orange on a toothpick.
No, he's definitely the Hammer Robert Zadar.
Yeah.
Big, meaty, catcher's mitt of a face.
And I really don't remember him having that big of a face.
I feel like
or
you're
head.
taking a lot of credit away from Robert Zadar.
Well, more
Because
so
that
his
dude
chin.
is like in a
More
category. That face is in a category.
It might have been the camera angles or
Well,
something.
all right, maybe
That
the
is a-
Target version. Maybe not in
Maybe
Evil.
Poor Man's. Maybe
When
that,
you're out of Robert Zadar,
the
you
Ocean
get
State
Charles
Job
Gray.
Lot.
Yeah.
The Ocean State Job Lot
maybe.
version.
Yeah,
Maybe.
when all Robert Zadar movies are rented out of Blockbuster, you went
Dude,
with the
that
Charles Gray movie.
face. I
know.
launched 1,000 ships.
It's up into space. They couldn't get
Just
far
call,
enough away
just
from
call him Helen. That's Helen Zadar.
Oh boy.
Go to Helen of Troy.
Zadar came out with a chin like that, right out of his mom. Chin first thing, huge. But that's a story for another time. I like this movie too a lot. I had never seen it before, and I agree with you, Derek. Outside of like the Dracula and Frankenstein movies, which they're based on past. They're based on novels, so they're easy to follow. But this one was too, though.
Yeah.
But you're right. The storytelling in this one was a little more sustained. It was more mainstream, but it was kind of more Hollywood.
Yeah.
In a sense, Hammer storytelling is somewhat different usually. I don't know, just the way it's put together.
It was like that. There weren't scenes that just felt like they didn't belong, like they were filler.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
usually, I feel like there's a lot of
there was some scenes.
Well, the
that,
car
that
chase,
could have moved on
Yeah,
a bit. Yeah,
yeah. That comes down to editing. I
Yeah.
think.
right.
Yeah, it could have been edited.
Well, the
a
car.
little bit better, but-
that scene was
Yeah.
poorly edited.
I've never
Ponderous,
seen,
man.
I've never
Ponderous.
seen a car chase in a Hammer movie before.
Dude,
Yeah.
I
And
love
that
the car scene.
So it
Yeah.
was. It
I
was
love
nice
car
to see.
chases.
It was
That
brand new.
Fun
Yeah.
as hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never
was
knew
like-
they did
Well,
car
this-
chases.
Peter, how's that measure up to
Well,
the
this
Fast
movie
series?
takes
Oh, it does
place in
not.
like this movie takes place in like 1929, which is
Yeah.
a little bit further ahead than most Hammer movies. So
Right,
normally
right.
you would have
There was an airplane.
there was an actual
was.
airplane. It was a
Yeah.
biplane too.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A leather trench coat.
Yeah.
The movie opens up with an airplane.
That's right.
And I
Yes.
was like, oh, this isn't a Hammer movie. There's an airplane in it. Should be a horse and carriage. It should start with an inn.
That's right.
But this
It
one
should-
doesn't.
No Michael Ripper as the innkeeper.
No Michael Ripper, no Peter Cushing, no vampires, no bats. There was a cross though, and
I didn't see one
Christopher
bustle.
Lee. No
Not a
bustles.
bustle in
No.
sight.
Nope.
How about you?
All the breasts were covered up. It didn't make any sense. I've only seen like a handful of horror movie Hammer. Excuse me. But the ones I've seen, I really liked. I like this movie. The only thing that didn't make sense is very small to me. Is I didn't notice the Rex falling in love with the girl.
Yes. Yeah, that was
When that
Yeah.
happened. I don't know. And you made mention.
Yeah,
like, did
because
I
like
miss
all of a sudden
something?
there's a scene of them riding in the car together, and it's like, I don't even remember him talking to her
Yeah,
at
because
the
that's what
party.
you said.
Yeah.
Was there
Yeah.
a cut?
like they're in love. But
Yeah.
I thought the car chase scene was really, really fun. I really did. I thought it was very interesting, especially for that, not expecting it from that style
Yeah.
of movie.
Yeah.
Again, not having seen that.
The majority of the Hammer movies take place in like Victorian England.
Yeah.
Where there's
Yeah,
like,
so that's I think what I was assuming it was going
See
to
a
be
carriage
like castles
chase.
and things
yeah,
like that.
Exactly.
Horse-drawn
Carriage
carriage
chase.
Or none of
Or
that.
just horse
right.
chase.
Yeah, it was very interesting. They're just like punching each other in the face, and I thought the villain, the Charles Gray character, I think he's a really, really fun villain. Christopher Lee as a good guy is pretty cool.
Yeah.
He still has that like edge to him.
He does,
which I like.
because he's a good guy, but he knows for some reason all about the occult and Satanism.
Yeah.
Was the
And
thing
he-
like he's been Christopher Lee so long, and then like this is like Christopher Lee got tired. And
Yeah,
was like, you
yeah.
know what, man?
I think he's
I'm
bringing
done
a little
fucking
bit of
with
himself.
people. I'm just gonna be
Because
like,
I think it was rumored, or maybe it's not rumored, but Christopher Lee had a very extensive occult library of his own.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he brought some of that into it, or maybe it was in
Well, I feel
maybe
like-
it was in the novel.
I
I
feel
don't
like
know.
guys like that made their living making horror movies. They've got to be like Peter Vincent from Fright Night. They've
Oh,
got to
maybe.
be like,
Yeah.
they have a
like
huge collection of,
collectors.
you
Yeah.
know, like, because, you know, I'm mad, especially British actors, you would think that they were probably, you know, they've always, one thing about the Hammer movies that we've always mentioned is how these great actors throw themselves into these roles and go all in.
Yeah.
So
They
it's like
definitely take 'em seriously.
Yeah, so you would think that maybe like they would doing, you know, they do their research, so
Yeah.
they have built up a nice little collection of the occult and macabre.
Yeah, they probably do have memorabilia from their
Yeah.
movies. Sure, some books.
You
know,
like
there
you
was
like how I
no-
brought in Fright Night?
I did.
that was
I
for you.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks.
Me?
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought this was a good one. I really didn't think it felt a little out of place for me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I knew it was based on a novel, and I think that's why it felt a little bit more quote unquote Hollywood, you know, because Hammer likes to write a lot of their stuff in house. They've got their own team of writers and stuff, and it's usually like just reinterpreting the old classics, you know, or coming up with new stuff on and see what, you know, throw it against the wall and see what sticks. But this was like, I think their first, and correct me if I'm wrong, it might be their only novel, you know, adaptation of a previously written novel. I mean, you know, outside of like Dracula and Frankenstein, you know, but it's something like more modern.
Curse of the Werewolf was the Werewolf of Paris, and other than that, I don't know. But like Dracula AD, which in this series we seem to be out of that era, and both of these movies are pretty modern.
Yeah.
Excuse me, in terms of setting.
Well, at least it brings them up into the 20th century.
Yeah.
You know, instead of the 18th and 19th century, which the other ones seem to take place in.
But both movies, Dracula AD included, have that same simple storyline. You can follow Dracula AD.
Oh, yeah.
And it does have that Hollywood, you know, trope, that feel of beginning, middle, and end, which is, you know, just an even line. There's no, you know, the older Hammer films were, you know, filled with all these weird characters and odd scenes that were thrown in there, like Derek said, for filler, or they're a little out of place, but still fun to watch. But both these two movies were just, here we are, this is where we're going, and now we're here. The end.
Yeah.
And no Michael Ripper. And I mean, really no character actors, really. Everybody was, you know, a star. There wasn't really a side character. Maybe the butler. That was about it.
That was very side.
There were two butlers.
But nothing that stood out again.
Well,
like a Michael Ripper or a Gerda. You know, there's always a Gerda. And,
the Countess stuck out.
Yeah, but that was unintentional.
I know, but it's like, do you think maybe they hired her because she stuck out?
Oh, they had to. I mean, they closed in on her face that first
several
shot.
times.
Yeah, totally.
Several
They
times.
had to have known.
That was hilarious. Hilarious.
For the listeners, it's and she has cross-eyed.
Well, she has one eye going in.
Yeah, and one. No,
and
she's
one
got both
just,
of them.
No, there were, no,
that first time you see her and she turns to because I joked about it, and then all of a sudden she turned and I'm like, oh my god, she really is cross-eyed.
All right.
And they're very close together too, so that doesn't help.
So nice to see the four of you.
They're very close together. You know, being new to the Hammer, you know, film company. Like me personally, I love the actor-director combination, and that's something you see a lot throughout film. But like an entire company, like with a writing crew and actors that they work with, so much so that like one of them's like, I want to make this into a movie.
Yeah.
And they're like, of course, Christopher Lee, you're fucking in every other movie we make. Why not?
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
We love you.
It's pretty. I think
We
that's
owe
pretty
our
amazing.
success to you.
Yeah.
That's a pretty amazing thing that they had going that I had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, and Terrence Fisher
directed it.
Like,
I was just going to say,
him being the director is, I think that was
he's probably the best of the directors that Hammer has, you know, in their stable of directors.
And
he's been with them since the beginning.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right, and James Bernard doing the score. Again, it was kind of a Horror of Dracula reunion.
Yeah.
Minus Peter Cushing.
Yeah.
But
Christopher.
I will say it felt long for like an hour and a half to me.
Yeah.
And I think it was like there's like 3 endings to this movie.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like there,
Yeah.
I thought it ended.
First, they bring the ring to Mordor.
Yeah, right. I was like, oh, okay.
And then the Hobbits celebrate.
They rescued them, and then they weren't rescued anymore, and then they go.
Well, they kept saying it's over. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God it's over.
And
it just kept going. But I did like that twist at the end. I thought was really, really interesting and fun.
Well, it's a 3-act play, basically. All the Hammer movies. I mean, it's just so heavy into theater that their movies are set up like a
structure,
a theater. Yeah, the way the way they're filmed, a lot of wide shots. The actors are pretty much on stage performing.
Yeah,
they
the
do that.
move.
They throw themselves into the role. It's I don't want to call it hammy. It's very insulting.
Hammer.
It's eccentric, theatrical, and
well, because even
what you would do on
Christopher
stage.
Lee, like the way because when he was when they were at the house at the party,
Yeah,
and he found the chickens. Spoiler alert. And the way that he like explains it, he like He like
Yeah.
turns his whole body and
Right.
Yeah.
like
And there's-
twice.
yeah,
He
the
does
music-
it twice.
The
as he's
music blares.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
Very accentuated.
very
But it
eccentric.
allows for this, like, he's
And
such a
exaggerated.
grand
Yeah.
character.
Oh,
If you're
definitely.
thinking
Like
about,
grandiose.
the
Yeah.
Saruman or even Dooku, like with what
Yeah.
he brings now, seeing like these Hammer films, like,
Yeah.
you can see where
Yeah.
that's coming from.
Yep.
That like really intense, kind of powerful performance that he's bringing, and they're all, I'm sure Shakespearean trained
Classically
or whatever,
trained.
classically trained
Absolutely.
actors. So
Yeah.
Yep.
they're emoting a lot more because film is so new, right? So
Yeah.
you're trying to like not realize that like you don't have to scream through the TV or whatever the screen. 'Cause we'll pick it up. So you're still kind of transitioning into that.
Yeah.
What it is to film movies.
Yeah. No,
I
we got microphones. You don't have to scream
think-
to get
yeah,
the,
right,
hit the people in the back.
Right.
They'll hear you.
But this is fun. They do a lot with the little. Like they're using what appears to be the exact same house in so many different scenes.
Same room.
And same room, and
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
switching it up in such a way that's like, oh, it's even when they take all the
Hammer
when they
was
took
great
all
for that.
the
All the
furniture
stuff out,
out
yeah.
and did the circle. And it took me a minute, and I was like, oh wait a minute, that's the same room with no furniture.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, really, really fun.
Yeah, yeah. Hammer was great for that. Reusing the same set, basically set. They owned the studio at one point and basically filmed in this big old creaky house, and they would just redress it for everything. You know, like to the point where like we were always like watching and looking for those spiral columns that pop up in every. Oh, there they are. All right, so they're filming in that room. Okay.
And the animal butts. The animal butt
Oh,
trophy.
the animal butt trophy.
There weren't any in this movie.
Yeah.
Big on taxidermy.
Yeah. Which one was that? Was that Plague of the Zombies?
One of them was Plague of
It
the
was-
Zombies, and the other
the other one that was filmed at the exact location.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was
I gotta go back.
Kiss of the Vampire.
Kiss the Vampire.
Yeah.
Another thing I liked about this one, same as the reptile, it was, even though I would have liked to have seen more of it, but the devil himself, very cool design, very for what they had.
Yeah.
A good creature, much like the reptile.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen more of him. You
Yeah.
know, it wasn't another Dracula. It was an original Hammer creature, and I thought it was pretty cool. What they, for the short amount of time,
Yeah.
until they threw a rock at him,
Yeah.
or whatever they.
No,
threw.
it was
the cross.
cross.
It was the cross.
The cross.
It was
All I
silver
could think
cross.
of was that Batman the Animated Series episode almost got him when Croc's like, I threw a rock at him.
Oh, that's one of my favorite
yeah,
episodes.
that's my
Hilarious.
favorite episode.
They're telling like how they almost killed him.
Yeah.
That's a great episode.
It's great when you realize it's Batman.
Batman is
Yeah,
Killer Croc.
Yeah, it makes it even better.
I think just all the effects in general in this movie. Well, not so much the car effects, but like
The car effects were fun.
but
I mean,
like
for what they were.
but the makeup effects for the devil basically, and the scene with the spider
Oh, I love that scene.
was really
Yeah.
good. I really
was
dug how
great.
they did that because
Yeah.
like they
It was
clearly
supposed to be big.
Yep, and like you could like I mean us because we know how movies are made.
Yeah.
We can kind of figure out what they did, which is like with the miniature candle and writing and like
Yeah.
there must have been a
They
glass
created
bowl
the
or
set in
something.
miniature.
Yeah.
yeah, and then like did the superimposed one. It was
Well,
really
it's
cool.
great how they
I like that.
visualize. They use that scene to for the viewer to visualize this invisible force field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because the spider's like blocked.
Yep.
like,
Yeah,
they
he can't get through the markings.
And
on
you're
the-
like, well, it's just a
on the-
circle on the
on the
ground,
floor.
but
Yeah.
the spider like kind
Yeah.
of gives that to you.
And they filmed the bottom of the spider and very close
Yeah.
up. It's
Yeah.
disgusting. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And how it's creeping around. It was very impressive.
When that thing turns to smoke, and even when the little girl turns to smoke, I thought were very, very cool scenes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read that they actually had 3 spiders. 2 of them died during filming.
oh no!
Yeah, one of them
Some
died.
animals were harmed.
Some
during the
animals
filming
were
of
harmed,
this
according
movie?
to
That wasn't
IMDb.
water. That was hydrochloric acid.
Well, dude, no.
Is that really what happened?
That's how they made the smoke effect. They actually poured acid on one of the dead ones.
Oh, at least it was
Yeah,
was
and
already
I hope
dead.
they didn't do that to the girl.
Yeah.
But apparently, one of the spiders died because of the heat of the lights from the set.
Yeah.
And I forget why the other one died, but yeah,
Of a
they
broken heart.
used, of a broken heart.
Broken heart. Because his wife died. Yeah, from the lights.
I have 8 legs. They reach out, but nothing's there.
8 arms to hold you.
Oh, that's crazy. That is a very cool effect, and they did that for years. And I almost think I would probably appreciate it if somebody did it in a movie now.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Like if it wasn't CGI, if it was a fucking actual spider. that they made to look bigger.
because it's really
There's a
there.
lot to be
Like,
said for
that's fun.
practical effects.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's a fun effect they're
Yeah,
doing.
no, I always choose them. I mean, we were watching Arachnophobia not too long ago again.
Okay.
And I was thinking of eight-legged freaks. And,
Yeah.
well, okay, the CGI spiders and eight-legged freaks are cool, but they're not there.
Yeah.
These spiders are there. They worked with real spiders or the large animatronic queen or king spider, general, whatever. But the rest of these little spiders, they're working with real things. And I think that's ultimately what makes this film better and scarier.
And terrifying.
It's
Yeah,
because
hell
they're
yeah.
real.
And you can do a lot with forced perspective. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, they make Tom Cruise look like a normal person in every movie he's in.
True.
You know, that's hard to
Instead of
do.
a performing circus monkey.
He's like 12 feet tall in movies.
It's like a little boy jumping on a couch.
I'm in love.
So I watched Top Gun Maverick on your Voodoo
Yeah.
account the other night.
Did you like it?
I did, but there's
Yeah.
one scene where Tom Cruise, his height keeps changing against Rooster.
yeah.
I'm like, he's big, he's small, he's regular. They're the same height. Now he's
that's
taller
awesome.
again.
Is that streaming now?
It is.
It is.
Oh, I
Yeah.
gotta see it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta see it.
I still have to see it too.
Can we talk about the demon guy that comes out at the beginning
We can talk
with
about
the crazy yellow eyes?
Yeah.
That was hilarious and weird.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Are those
the-
his actual eyes? or
Well, we
do
got
you
to
think they
talk
had-
about
'cause I was
how
like,
this is the second Hammer movie that we have done with a
Yeah.
black person in it.
That's right.
What was
yeah.
the
The
first
first
one?
one was Dracula AD. One of
Okay.
the
Yeah.
kids that summons Dracula was
Yeah.
a black girl.
Yeah.
And this one's a black guy. And the first really demonic thing that you see, and it's this he doesn't say too much, but it's a great
He
performance.
laughs and he's got red eyes.
It's
There was two in
ominous.
this movie.
Yeah.
There was two.
That's right.
Because there was the guy
one
at the
in
party.
well, there you
One
go.
of the cultists.
Yeah.
So they're advancing.
Yeah. It was
That's
definitely
true, yeah.
like
Yeah.
that was a fucking scary looking dude.
It was a
was.
cool effect.
And he's
too.
so happy. That
And I'm
it's
pretty
even scarier.
I'm pretty sure those were his real eyes.
Yeah, they were like
Oh, yeah.
they look nuts.
No,
Yeah.
they were
Yeah,
crazy.
he looked nuts. I wonder how much he got paid. Like 30 pounds? What do we think?
Shillings,
30 pounds an eye.
pounds? Yeah. 30
crowns.
pounds and 7 pence?
30 shillings. 5 shillings, enough to get the goose for Ebenezer Scrooge.
They paid him into
and that
balloons.
was it.
Have you got a halfpenny, sir? Then how about a smile?
Do this satanic movie and I'll give you a shilling. No, come back and I'll give you 2 shillings.
What? The one as big as me?
Dude, such a
How
scary
much is a
fucking.
shilling?
That was
It's a-
that was some scary shit.
Do
I was
anything
like, oh, this could
when
be- this
somebody
movie's
is
gonna be so
constantly
weird.
smiling, which that guy is doing. He's got
Yeah.
the red, needs the Visine eyes.
Yeah.
And that, yeah.
He was a
Creepy.
demon.
Yep.
It would have been cool to see more of those. Like I don't know if they expand. I guess they did as much as they could.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of just like dialogue and
Yeah,
them kind
Yeah,
of
a lot of
talking.
sitting
A
around.
lot of exposition.
Yeah,
lot
and
of
but it's not a
talking.
long movie, so I think it gives it that kind of feel of kind
Yeah.
of drawn
Well,
out a
again,
little
because
bit.
you feel like you're watching a play. There's
Yeah,
not a whole
yeah.
lot going on camera-wise. The cinematography is pretty standard. Wide shot, close up.
Yeah.
Until they get to the spider, really,
Yeah.
and the car chase scene.
Yeah.
Silly as it was, I mean, it had some good cuts.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Hammers Fast and Furious.
Dude, they're flying around. They're like Tokyo drifting on the
Yeah.
sand.
Yeah. And these like model 1915,
Yeah,
whatever they
they're
were.
flying around.
Nicholas
She's, like,
driving
going to-
Eleanor, Nicholas
Yeah, the
Cage.
Stanley
gone in-
steamer.
gone in 60 seconds.
The fog comes out.
Yeah.
He crashes
Yeah.
into the tree.
Yeah.
That was great.
That shit was fun, man.
And before that, his windows went.
Yeah,
what
his
do you call
windows
those?
fogged
windows
up.
turned into like
all frosted glass, like in a
bathroom
shower.
glass. Yeah.
Bathroom glass is what you called it. Why does window turn into bathroom glass?
I want to know where that spell is in the spell
I
book.
know, right?
And they just, oh my
Dark
god, it's so
magic.
fun. He punches a hole in the window, but there's no glass. He just punches a
Yeah.
straight up hole.
I think it was before tempered glass was invented.
Yeah, he just pops that triangle right out of there. It's like,
A perfect
whatever it
triangle.
is. It's a fucking.
There is a lot of
Octagon
punching.
shape.
There's a lot of punching in this movie
And,
too.
and there are some
punches.
great,
We
and they're
need to
great
talk about
punches.
the
Yeah.
punching.
They
and how
pull
much
back
of it-
far
Yeah.
and they follow through.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
they're-
proper stage punch.
Yeah.
They're
It
very
is,
close too.
yes.
They're very close to the
Yeah.
people they're punching. I
It
feel
is
like somebody
to-
connected.
When
Or
they-
driving over.
when they're fighting the Satanists, it looked like a fight in a saloon in an old western.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah.
just
That's what it
kinda
reminded me
brawling,
of. Like,
You know. The guy on the we just need the guy on the piano.
It makes you believe that these like little, dandy British people could fight.
These fops.
Foppish. That's great. That's how he ran. He ran foppishly.
Oh,
he had
God,
the Steven Seagal arms. wasn't it Rex?
Rex, yeah. And he had the big
Rex
puffy
Manning.
sleeves like he was wearing Seinfeld's pirate shirt.
It wasn't Rex Manning.
No.
Rex Manning
Say
Day.
no more.
I mean, they're taking a lot of chances, I feel like, in this film. Like, really, a car chase, fucking a black dude with yellow eyes, like, coming out of smoke.
Yep.
Like, it's kind of, I've never read the book. I wonder how close it is to this book. And that sounds like a real interesting book.
Yeah.
Based on what I was watching on the screen. And Christopher Lee is not really in a lot of the movie.
No, he keeps leaving.
He's popping up here and there. Yeah,
keeps
yeah.
leaving.
He does
He's like,
leave a
I'm
lot.
going to go. Try not to mess this up. Oh, you messed it up.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm back.
You know why? Yeah, because his friends were all
It's like Rick and
insufferable.
Morty.
Yeah, I would have left too.
He goes and leaves.
They had no idea what
He
they
comes
were
back
doing.
and is like, oh, you're still alive.
He's really a babysitter throughout this whole movie.
He kind of is.
He's like, okay, can you guys handle this? I'll be gone for a few hours.
Yeah.
You just sit.
Yeah.
Don't let
Don't
anyone.
move. Don't let
him-
that move.
They come back.
Don't let him leave.
fail.
And it turns into like the 2 nights
He left.
from the Holy Grail. What? Got the prince? I thought you meant him. I thought it was a bit daft to be guarding him when he's a god.
What's tough, I think, is that usually that character isn't somebody as big as Christopher Lee, right? Because I think they want Rex to be a hero,
Yeah.
and to have a
Yeah.
lot of screen time. So he does.
He's younger. He's got
I
the
just
girl.
think of like Egg Shen, right? Like Victor Wong is just like the smaller character who's helpful. He's not in everything. You have your heroes, but it's fucking Christopher Lee. So every time he's on the screen, he's stealing the show from from Rex, from Simon, from all these dudes.
Yep.
So they don't have that opportunity. Like Rex is running around punching people in the face.
He is.
Doing the car chase.
Falling asleep.
Passing out. He's been driving and fighting, Derek. He's tired.
He's tired.
All right. He rides on the side of the car. Like, he's doing all the action. He's supposed to be the hero, but
Yeah.
I don't know that guy.
No,
I don't
you
know
just
him.
remember Christopher.
I know
Lee.
Christopher Lee, though. So whenever he's on screen, I'm just thinking, oh, he's a star. He's supposed to be to be the hero. I'm supposed to see more of him. Not just like the guy that is helping you, which is typically what you would.
Yeah.
He's doing that role, but unfortunately, he's too big for the role.
Well, but then again,
I think.
Peter Cushing is that role. For the most part, like as the series went on, and he was Van Helsing, he was the hero, but he really didn't like do much other than advise and
He
explain.
did have his
and-
physical moments.
Early on though,
Yeah,
but not,
early
not
on.
so much like later on.
Well, no.
Right?
Because you didn't see Van Helsing, like Dean said, until he didn't come back until the last two.
Yeah.
He was gone from
that's
Bride
true.
of Dracula on until Dracula 72.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah, very,
And-
very, very heroic and
Yeah.
very actiony in
Yeah.
horror and in Brides. But
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Christopher Lee's size plays a part in it because he's like
Yeah,
super
he is such a
imposing.
tall guy.
His
Yeah.
hands are fucking
Lanky.
enormous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's like
Well,
a
it's
young
every-
David Ortiz.
He bends over to write on the floor instead of kneeling like a normal person.
Dude, he's fucking huge. In certain scenes, I was like, it looks like he's superimposed into the shot.
Yeah.
He's so much bigger
Yeah.
than everybody else in this
Charles
scene.
Gray was like that though too. I when he comes in to the house at the end, towards the end, and he's like looking at the wife or the daughter or niece.
it's the whatever.
She was all these things, but he looked like he was huge.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, like is he wearing platforms or? And then he steps down and it's like, okay, it evens out a little bit. But when he was in the doorway, he looked massive.
Yeah, he looks big.
I don't know if it was like to make him look scarier.
Maybe.
Like his face wasn't doing enough.
It's a great face. It's a
It's
villainous
just
face.
gigantic. What did you call it? A catcher's mitt with eyes?
It looks like a mask with his face under it. Like if you look at his eyes, it looks
Yeah.
like they're looking through mask eye holes.
Yeah.
Like, there's a face within that face.
And it looks like they gave him like an extra layer of makeup. They're
Yeah,
like, let's go a little bit
probably.
fun with, like, he's got a little
Well, and like a
extra eyeliner,
prosthetic
so
for
it's
his
like a little
jawbone. Like
bit-
his jaw is just so it juts out.
Yeah.
He
said
looks
it.
like the I don't know if you heard me say it. Corpse Bride.
Okay.
You know the one
Oh,
that
yeah.
killed the bride.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the villain.
He's
Yeah.
that like
Basically.
big
Yeah.
He's just a villain.
He's like, this guy meets Eddie Izzard.
Oh yeah,
he's got a big head,
I
too.
can see that. I get the Eddie
know what I
Izzard
mean?
thing.
Yeah.
Definitely the smile around the mouth.
Yeah.
But he's good.
They both look like exchange students from Easter Island.
Oh, Eddie, cake or death. What do we got?
Tito's looking up the guy from
all right.
Corpse Bride.
I just want to see his face.
Oh,
I just want.
I'll throw it on the Instagram too.
You missed it.
'Cause there's a lot of fun, like
You missed his
look-alike
face.
things for this movie.
Oh, is
The
that
moon.
dude? Is that it?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
character?
Yeah, not that far off from.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah,
a
he's
side
got-
view.
I mean, he definitely has
So it
some
looks
like
more
hammer
long.
to him.
When he turns, though, like if it's if you find a head-on face, like look at the size of that chin. That's
Yep.
it.
That's
That's a Charles Gray.
That's a Charles Gray
Charles Gray.
original.
Yeah.
Charles Gray.
he went to the surgeon who was like, "Give me the Charles Gray."
2 Charles Grays and a Robert Zadar. Thank you very much.
Charles Gray's face looks like the moon from Trip to a Moon. Like,
Yeah.
the rocket's gonna land right in
Yeah,
his
you
eye.
just have a rocket sticking out of his eye.
And then he goes, "Oh no, not again."
Damn me.
You mean that Smashing Pumpkins video?
Yeah, like the Smashing
Yeah.
Pumpkins video.
I don't watch those fucking old timey movies, Mark. Come on.
It's only 15
Clearly,
minutes
you know,
long, Tito.
Too busy watching your
Way
sports.
too long.
Ooh.
Yeah. Way too long.
All right, so anything else we got on The Devil Rides Out?
No.
Oh, I forgot to get say the random time travel, which I said earlier.
Oh, yeah,
Just
yeah,
like
let's get
the mashup of
threw-
all
yeah.
the things in this movie.
It threw me off, and I forgot until you had said you had reminded
He
me
says
about.
it randomly.
He says it in
Yeah.
about like
It's
the
gonna alter
condition
space
can-
and time.
Yeah.
I say this is
Yeah.
going to change everything, and it was very cool.
Because the scene, opened, and Derek's like, "Was this all a dream?
I'm
What
like,
happened?
"We're
Was this a dream?
We're back in the circle again."
Yeah, for a second I was like, "Oh my god, there's going to be another ending? How long is this movie? This is insane."
It's like Clue.
But here's what really happened. Yeah, right.
1 + 2 + 2 + 1.
And I'm going home to sleep with my devil."
Wayne and Garth appear. Let's do the Scooby-Doo ending now. The mega
Super happy
happy
ending?
scene,
The mega
super
happy
mega happy ending, and Christopher Lee's Christopher Lee's dancing. Christopher Reeve would be
I
dancing.
think Christopher Reeve dancing would be even more of a feat.
That would be funny.
Now that's a special effect.
No, that's tough to do. Get yourself some cables. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
We didn't really talk about Simon much. Simon or
'Cause he sucked.
what's
Yeah.
the girl's name?
Tanith.
Tanith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so Simon and Tanith, which sounds like a sitcom when you say it that way.
Or a folk
Simon
band.
and Tanith, yeah.
Wasn't Tanis the name of the city that they found they were digging in?
Tanis or Tanith?
Tanis.
It's Tanis.
Tanis
No, but-
in
I said Tanith.
Indiana Jones and the temple and the first one there, Raiders of the Lost
Raiders of the
Ark.
Lost
Weren't they digging in
maybe.
Tanis?
But this,
For
no,
the
this
Well
is-
of Souls?
Her name's Tanef.
I know. It sounds like if you're saying it with a lisp.
Oh.
You weren't letting me get to it.
Indiana
minute,
Jones.
which one
you
is
have to
it?
go to Tanith
Which name is
and dig it up.
I don't want to. There's lots of sand.
That's where the artifact is.
Yeah, well, Simon and Tanith, whatever, are the two people that are basically getting babysat throughout
Yeah.
the whole movie,
Yeah.
and they're just like a couple of kids. It's basically trying to keep their kids from running off with the bad guy and becoming a hooligan or
Well,
a drug
because
dealer.
Tanith is the medium. Like she's under what's his name? Charles Gray's
Mokata.
Makata.
Mokata is like control. He's it's very easy. He
Hakuna
can-
Mokata.
He can access her from anywhere and make her do whatever. And the other one, Simon, is also he spent so much time that it's very easy for him to control him. So
Right.
he keeps trying to pull them back so that they can have a circle of 13 for their coven.
And Christopher Lee keeps wrangling him in because
He keeps
Rex Manning
scaling
can't
him
do
back.
it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Keeps kidnapping him back. Yeah.
And then you have the the other two relatives. I can't remember the timeline.
Yeah.
The real dumbass one.
Yeah.
With,
the
Mom
husband
from Elf. Yeah.
I don't know what his name
Richard
was.
and
Was it-
Marie.
Okay, so Richard and Marie.
Okay.
The Eatons.
Yeah.
Yeah, a niece, Christopher Lee's niece.
Peggy. Oh yeah.
There's Peggy. Peggy's
she-
somebody's niece.
so we figured
Rex's
out-
niece.
Rex.
Peggy is
this
Peggy's
hurts.
the daughter
Yeah.
of Richard and
Marie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Marie is Christopher Lee's niece.
Yep.
And the husband, Richard, is Rex's brother. So Rex is Peggy's
And that would make
uncle.
Peggy his.
What's that make us?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's why he's Uncle
well
Rex.
done.
And yeah,
Good job, Derek.
I couldn't figure it out while I was watching it. But
6 degrees
Yeah.
of Peggy Eaton. Well done. I was like, there's no way he's going to do this. And he did. He did it.
Who was in A Few Good Men with Kevin Bacon.
That's why you were so confused at the end. You were like, uncles. I got it. Uncles.
Have you ever had sex with anyone?
Well, there was some shit with my uncle, but that was, it's really hard to remember all that stuff.
They're all uncles. Every single one of them.
Identical uncles.
They're uncles.
Every last one of them.
Identical uncles, and they suck.
I kind of like that. I like
They trip a lot,
that
they-
guy, the Richard guy. He was
I
kind
could
of
not-
like
I
that
could not
bumbling
stand him.
buffoon,
God,
Yeah,
like-
so
he
was
ruined
just fun.
everything.
He didn't care.
And
He didn't believe in
his
anything.
scene, every scene he was practically in, whenever there was something awful happening, his first reaction was, no! Charge
Yeah.
toward the problem. Even after Christopher Lee
Tells
and
him not
Rex,
to, yeah.
anybody, no matter what anybody says to him, be quiet, stay calm,
Yeah.
don't let him know you're here. Boom!
I
Right
love
That was
that I was
every
like,
character in the entire movie.
It was
though.
him more than any of them.
Simon was doing it the whole time.
because
Rex
I
did
love
the
how
damn
like
thing.
I said about him. I said I'm like, oh yeah, he leave the weak link
Yeah.
with him.
That's right. And then they did call him
And
that.
then Christopher Lee calls him the weekend,
yeah.
and he looks at him and he's like, "Oh, well, that's just what he perceives you as."
Yeah. Because you don't believe. How do I talk? how do I
Richard, what
walk this
happened? Well,
back?
Makata came in and put the old squish squash on the windpipe.
Yeah, the whole family. It's like, hey, I gotta go for a second. Keep an eye on these guys. Don't let anybody bad into the house.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, come on in. Makata.
Makata.
No one would ever let a white guy into their house named Mokata.
Well,
Well, not to mention that like they just talked about him.
Except
And,
other
Never.
rich white people, they would.
Never.
I
Not
like
even
that-
them.
I
Not
like
even
that
the
they-
British. Not even the British
Oh, they
would
gotta
allow
let
Mokata
everybody.
into their
They're
house.
so fucking friendly.
I like
Never.
that. I like that the four of them locked themselves in the safe room with the ring of protection
Yeah.
and the candles, and they just leave the daughter in another part of the house.
Oh, I know.
With the guy,
That
though.
was so weird.
With the elderly butler.
Old
Yeah.
guy.
Like, like
Don't let her out of your sight.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right.
All right. Oh, I fell asleep.
You're like old,
they're
right?
like, Makata won't go in that room. It smells of old man.
And like, I know
Smells
they
like
dyed your hair.
Metamucil.
Smells like regret and Ben Gay.
You know we're the same age, right, Christopher Lee? They just dyed your hair. I'm old. She's fucked. They're gonna get her.
And they do.
They get her.
And they do.
Very
and
good,
they,
sir.
and they
Very
put-
good, son. That's very good, son.
I like how both butlers, because first it's his butler, and he's in charge of watching Simon and making sure he doesn't do anything, and then later on it's their butler, and both of them are like, I couldn't help it. There was nothing I could do.
I'm just a butler, sir.
And Christopher Lee's like, yeah, okay. I know.
Whatever.
You're fired.
Yeah.
My family has served this family for generations. Right? This is like, my dad had to take this shit. His dad had to take this shit. Like, no, I'm taking it.
I once saw a cultist with the diamond the size of a tangerine.
Christopher Lee's Alfred.
Poor guy.
Poor guy, nothing.
I never saw The Devil Rides Out.
I saw the car it got me.
and I
then
crashed
into
it.
a tree.
It's in the parking lot. Oh man. Yeah, but the scene when they're carrying the little girl in, putting her on the altar, the ending scene, the actual ending,
Yeah.
is cool. It's a brawl. It's a hootenanny.
It's a hootenanny.
Actually, it's a hammer hootenanny.
It's a Donnybrook.
Yeah. You
It's a
got
slobber knocker.
Yeah, for sure.
you got
They're throwing all kinds of
12
fisticuffs.
very average-looking cultists. One bald guy, one that looks like Linda Florentino.
Yeah. The cross
Oh, the
eye.
bald guy with the glasses.
Yeah, the
he
bald
just
guy with
stole
the
he stole my attention.
Oh yeah,
Frank
the Gandhi-looking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
who like every time someone would rush down the stairs and run into his fist, and he'd turn around and look up at Charles Gray like, "Look what I did!
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Are you proud?"
I did good, master, didn't I?
Can I meet Satan now? Can I? Huh? He promised me hair, please. Yeah. So that's The Devil Rides Out, a.k.a. The Devil's Bride. This is a good Hammer film. We all recommend it.
We do.
Definitely
Yeah, that
check
was
it
a
out.
fun
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
It is
fun one.
if you're a fan of cult films, which I am, it's a good one. It's, not The Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage.
No.
So that right there gives you all the need to
Few
go
movies
see it.
are.
The bees.
Oh, they're in my eyes. Oh, the bees.
It happened, It happened.
And we did nothing to stop it.
No.
I mean, it's got it all. It has
does.
action. It has a car chase. It has time travel.
It's got devil
It's got
worship.
Christopher Lee. It's got devil worship.
Spiders.
Fucking spiders.
Crazy
Two
eyes.
old dudes.
Chickens. It's got
Yeah.
2
A
chickens.
basket full of
A
chickens.
basket full of chickens that they don't do anything with.
I know they never
Yeah,
even.
yeah.
They didn't even use them
No.
to sacrifice at the baptism.
No.
I know.
They used a goat, so it's like
They were too busy
They're gonna kill
killing
the goat?
spiders.
They're gonna kill the goat.
come out, a kid.
You don't like lamb chops?
Fun ass movie. It was
Agreed.
fun. It was
Agreed.
fun. Yeah, it was a fun movie.
Good one. Good.
Yeah.
And like
Nice
Dracula AD,
72.
out of the 72, out of the time frame of our usual Hammer films that we review. So
Just like
these
next
are
week's
two.
will be.
Next week's. Do you want to tell them or do you want to surprise
Yeah,
them?
no. We'll tell them now. See,
All
we're,
right.
we're all over the
So
place.
what's our next one,
We
sir?
are looking at Hammer's 1 Million Years BC, starring Raquel Welch,
That's right.
Oh man.
which I only just realized was a Hammer movie when I started collecting Hammer movies.
That's
So we're,
awesome.
so we're gonna throw it in reverse.
Yeah, we're going way back.
We're going way back.
We're gonna back the hammer car up.
Yeah. Speaking of time travel, too.
the way back
Yeah,
machine.
right. I never knew. You
Yeah.
know, I know the poster from fucking Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I know
That's
that
right.
poster.
That's right.
Yep.
So
It's gonna be fun. Tune in. If that didn't sell you right there, then I don't know what will. What's making our geek flag fly, gentlemen?
I'll go first.
Okay. Thank you, Tito, for stepping up to the
I don't know
plate.
if anyone else has seen this yet. I watched. I don't remember what it's called. Day Shift, that new Jamie Foxx movie.
That's what I was going to
yeah.
say,
Still
too.
want to see
Did you?
that.
Yeah, I
Still
watched
haven't
it,
seen
too.
it.
It's fun.
It is
Yeah,
fun.
I hear
It's a
it's
fun
awesome.
movie.
It's very fun.
It's like an hour and a half, and it's just fun.
It is. And
Action
it's got a lot of
scenes.
twists and turns in it, too, that
Lot
you
of-
don't see coming.
It's a lot of fun
Yeah.
action. Like, it reminded me a little bit of Legion, the way that they move, the vampires move.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially like this movie. It just fucking. Oh no, what were we talking about different? It goes straight into like Constantine. It goes straight into like an action scene right off the jump. That is awesome.
Yeah.
The way
I
they
was like,
show
oh,
that
I'm into
vampire
this.
in the trailer, it does.
Oh,
it
like
moves
it's like
very
the old lady.
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That scene, it's
Yeah,
just
the
fun.
old lady's what opens up the movie.
Yeah, it's fun. It's
Yeah.
a fun ass movie.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking Snoop Dogg's in it.
Yeah.
With the minigun.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That
Like
was that's
fucking
what sold it right
Ace
there.
Dressed
Dressed as a cowboy.
Dressed as a cowboy.
Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg vampire hunter.
Yeah.
That's all
It's
I
fun.
need.
Yeah, it's good.
You had me at that.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't think Dave Franco's in the movie.
Yeah.
He's funny.
Yeah.
He is
Franco's
funny.
I like
He
Dave
holds his
Franco.
own.
I was thinking when I was watching it the whole time, like, oh, this would be a lot cooler if it was somebody else, like older. If it was like Eugene Levy.
No.
I was like, oh, this would be funny. to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
But then the way the movie goes, it makes it, and then
It works
towards the end. I was
afterwards.
like, oh, this makes sense
Because of
It
what
makes
happens
sense.
to him.
Because of what happens to
Yeah.
him, it made a lot more sense to me.
It did. Yeah.
But it's a really fun movie.
Check it out.
I watched it
yeah.
last weekend.
It's very much worth a look.
Yeah.
And I'm moving backwards in time when it comes to like movies, like an hour and a half. I'm like, absolutely. Like I 2 hours plus is becoming a lot for me. And a lot of movies are, but this was like hour and a half, in and out, boom, 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 ready to go.
Simple, old
Yeah,
school
fun
style.
movie.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if it was made for Jamie Foxx, but he does a good job, and it
does.
actually kind of made
Yeah.
me think like this fucking guy's super talented.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
he
Yeah.
can really do a lot. And he was very,
I'd
very
actually
good.
like to see them make this into like kind of a little franchise.
Yeah,
Like,
so would
do
I.
more of this. I'd like to see more of it.
So would I. It was a
very cool world that they built with the Union.
Yeah,
and the whole thing
yeah.
with the teeth, they were analyzing the teeth, and they could tell by what teeth they bring in because they
How
pull
old the
the
vampire
teeth
is.
out,
Yep.
and they bring the teeth in for cash.
They sell them.
And it's like certain teeth are worth more.
Yeah.
So like if it was like it opens with the old lady and they're like, she's way past her prime. She's not worth much,
Yeah,
What are
it's
you
like, we'll give
kidding?
you like $2,000 for it.
Yeah, and he's like
For-
$2,000. Are you kidding me?
And the guy that runs the what's that actor's name?
I don't know. He reminded me of Ruben Blades for some reason.
It's the guy who played the devil in Constantine. Who was that?
Yes.
Peter
Stormare.
Peter Stormare.
Yeah, he's in
I
the
thought you
movie.
I
love
thought
him.
you're talking about the guy that runs the Union, not the guy that runs.
Oh no! The guy who runs the pawn shop.
Yeah.
He's in the movie. He's got
Yeah.
he's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a fun
him.
it's a
It
fun
is.
cast. It's a really interesting story.
Yeah, definitely worth a look.
The other thing is fantasy football, baby. Yeah, it's the D&D of sports.
It totally is.
It's the D&D of sports. I had a few drafts.
And yet you guys didn't get, beat up in school for playing it. How's that fair?
No, it didn't exist back then.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why.
it's a new thing.
They weren't doing it back then. They were too busy getting laid.
Jocks stole our idea.
Fantasy football came. When did fantasy football start coming into its own? Like
So-
10, 15 years ago?
Yeah, maybe because baseball was one of the first things that
To start
that
at
to
that?
do the
Yeah.
fantasy stuff, and then it was football. I've been doing it for
And you know what?
few years.
It's just the jocks becoming more geeky because it's all statistics.
Dude, I'm not
it
even
is.
joking.
All numbers.
It's fucking
Yeah.
D&D for sports.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I assemble a team and I go off and I fight other teams. It's World of Warcraft.
They go off on their campaign.
Yeah, it's World of
He
Warcraft.
picks the players that have the most hit points.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
The
experience.
best stats.
Yep.
So I got a few teams, and as the season goes on, I'll give you guys updates.
Oh, good.
All right.
How well I'm doing.
Awesome.
Yep. We'll have that as a regular segment.
Yeah,
What's the name? What's the name?
Whether we want them or not.
What's
Yeah.
your team name?
Oh, I got like 4 different teams. I used to have a team called the Last Boy Scouts.
I like that.
because that was a good movie.
It's the ultimate Thanksgiving movie. Right
I have
there.
a team called fucking Lost in the Highlights. That's kind of an inside thing between me and my fantasy football buddies.
Well, hoity-toity.
You
Like hair highlights?
Geeks wouldn't
like actually
understand.
highlighting stuff. Because
Oh,
we
okay.
legit, I do a live
It's not
one.
your hair.
We
You're
sit
not,
in a
like,
circle
sitting around doing each
with like
other's
pieces
hair.
of paper, and I like highlight who I want.
Yeah.
So much so that I can't. I've highlighted the whole page, and then I don't know who I
You get
want.
lost.
He's
in
got to
the-
look
Yeah,
for like
I
that one
get
white
lost.
spot now. It's like, oh, that's
Exactly.
what I wanted.
I'm like color coordinating, and then crossing shit out, and then I'm like, I wanted a guy in here, and I don't know which guy it is. But yeah, that's what's making me
Nice.
fly right now.
Nice. Not bad.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. I'll go because like Tito, my pick was also the day shift. But Tito, on your recommendation, I watched The Rehearsal.
Oh, that show.
That
yeah,
show
that
that you
show's
brought up
fucking
about
insane.
Dude.
It's awesome.
All right. I loved the first episode.
Me too.
With the bar and the trivia guy.
I thought every episode would be like that.
So did I. And then it wasn't. And I kind of like, should I stay with it or not? And I actually watched it twice because I watched up to the 3rd episode because he was kind of like treading water with this woman that wanted the kid, and he's getting involved with her, and I'm like,
fucking insane.
really insane. And I didn't like it. But then I told my wife, I'm like, at least watch the first episode. The first episode is bonkers. You got to watch it. So she watched it, loved it. And then she wanted to watch the second one. So I'm like, it may not seem like it's it's not a scripted show, but it is. And I'm like, and she's like, oh, you just ruined it for me. I'm like, well, just watch, and you'll see why. And then we're watching it, and I'm like, I think the second watch was where I'm like picking up more, and I'm like, all right, this is all about him and not about the other people. And it was good. It was
So
good.
I haven't seen the
It was
last
really
episode yet.
Oh, you haven't?
But is it the 4th or the 5th episode where
Where-
he's like
in the acting
a rehearsal
class?
within a rehearsal
Yes.
within a rehearsal?
Yes.
Like so.
So who's the actor?
The guy is Nathan.
I forget his
His
Nathan.
last name?
I don't remember. No,
But he had a show called Nathan For You, which I never knew of, and I guess this is
I
kind of
think
built
that's
off
on
of
TV.
that.
That's streaming on.
That's on
it might-
HBO
it's
as
on
well.
HBO too.
Yeah.
What's this on?
HBO Max.
HBO
Oh,
Max.
this is-
So
yeah.
essentially, like this guy, let's say you want to confess something to me, but you're afraid of my response.
Yep.
He hires actors to pretend to be me.
Yeah.
And
And like because you
recreates-
and Tito only see each other like here in my basement.
Yep.
Like he
He
would
would
recreate
recreate
this
the
entire
basement.
basement with every little knick-knack that I've got down
And
here.
you would play out every single scenario.
And he's got
so
this
that
fucking
you're not
insane flow
surprised.
chart. He's got this insane
Yeah.
flowchart. It's like, all right, like there's one point where he's trying to like confess to his friend about his school.
Yep.
He lies about him having a master's degree when he doesn't, and he's trying to confess that because he's perpetuated this lie for like 12 years. But every time he's in the bar, he orders the name of the episode is called Orange Juice No Pulp because that's what he orders. So he drinks it, and the waitress comes over and sees that his glass is empty. So she interrupts him just as he's about to confess. And so the other guy runs over. He says, look, all right, take smaller sips because you've drowned your drink. And
we want to make sure that she doesn't come back and ruin the moment.
Exactly. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay, that's a good idea.
Insane.
It really is.
But it's scripted. So it's not real.
It is, but it's done in such like a docudrama kind of style where I'm watching it, like the first time I watched it, I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
like,
it
so
wasn't
it's like
until
a fake reality show.
It's like a fake reality show, but it wasn't until I caught on when it I think it was the very end of that episode when he told the guy about like the trivia questions,
and it's the actor, and then you realize he
I'm like,
doesn't have the guts to confess. So even the host of the show
is using his own technique.
So he rehearses with an actor who has studied the guy who's going to be the guest on the show. And he tries to confess something to
really
him.
Weird.
And the response is so terrible from the actor. He's like, I don't want to tell this guy the truth. I'm going to lie to him. And he lies to him at the end. It's awesome. It gets, they just amp it up every episode to where at one point he needs more actors to be part of this. He's having a class with them and he's trying to figure out their perspective. He then plays one of the kids in the class, hires somebody to play him.
And a whole other group of actors
and
so he can sit with.
The previous day. He has the other actor redo the previous day, and then it's like a rehearsal within a rehearsal within a rehearsal within a rehearsal.
Yeah.
I haven't seen, is it
It's
called
like Inception.
Schenectady? I think it's called. Mike Freeman put me onto the show, but it's a Charlie Kaufman movie. I guess the Philip Seymour Hoffman is doing a movie. And then they start making a movie within a movie within a movie. It's called Schenectady. I haven't seen it, but I've been meaning to. But yeah, Freeman put me onto the rehearsal. And
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
It's 5 episodes. And
And like
the first
you said,
one's
like
long, the other ones are
first
like
one's
30
almost
minutes.
an hour long, and then the rest of them were like around a half an hour, give or
It's
take.
insane.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's insane.
it really is.
I forced my wife to watch it. I've been
I
forcing
did
people
too.
everywhere to watch
and
it.
I thought that like she would only like the first one. She's like, I want to watch the more. I'm like, all right, but I'm warning you, because I didn't like it, and then we both enjoyed it. You know, so
oh my god, it's awesome.
Nice.
Check it out.
Cool.
definitely.
It's making his geek flag fly.
It is.
That's mine.
And
That's
mine.
enough
Yep,
for
the
me.
rehearsal and day shift.
That's 2 geek dad flags, right?
Approvals.
There. Yeah, right
Yeah.
there.
I'm
They're
staking
flying.
my claim.
Yeah,
We're staking
thank
our
you,
claim.
Tito.
Yeah.
That was a good
Wow,
recommendation.
it's a fucking crazy show.
Yeah.
He does. He has good recommendations.
He does.
That show that he.
Misfits?
Yeah, Misfits was great.
Oh yeah,
on,
yeah. My wife watched that once upon a time.
I want to rewatch it because now I've been thinking about it lately.
Yeah. And that's on what, Netflix?
No, I watched it on Tubi.
Tubi. All right.
Yeah, they're all on Tubi.
Okay.
It was like a Hulu. Like Hulu bought it from some British company. I think it was like G4 or something. and then-
Who's next?
Who's up?
Oh, me?
You want me to go?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right.
'Cause-
So I watched This Is Gwar on Shudder, documentary all about Gwar. Mostly, the rise and
Odorous Among Us.
inevitable. David Brockie.
the only one I know.
Yep, that's pretty much what everybody knows. Thanks to Holliston and Adam Green. Awesome documentary. Shows you really how talented these guys were. Everybody just thinks of how disgusting they looked in costume and how vile their music was, but the documentary shows just how insane the production is to put on one of their shows. I mean, their crew, super talented effects artists, and just it's amazing the level of professionalism that goes into a Gwar show. If you are a fan of them, which I am, check it out. They have interviews with people like Ethan Embry, Alex Winter.
Mark. Yeah, he gets eaten by the
Mark
monster.
gets,
Yeah.
exactly. Anybody that has to do with, Gwar was associated with them in some way. Definitely check that out. And my last one is I'm rewatching in the morning before I go to work because the news depresses me. I'm rewatching The Munsters. Now, this is going way back. I've seen the show when I was a kid. Maybe subconsciously preparing for Rob Zombie's Munsters, though I'm really not looking forward to
I know.
it. I'm a huge Rob Zombie fan.
That looks like it's going to be a train wreck.
I
hope
don't
it's not,
understand where we're going with that. But the show, on the other hand, for me, it's still a lot of fun to watch.
Maybe Rob is punking us with that trailer.
He could be. He could be. You know, because his last movie I really dug, 3 from Hell.
Yeah.
I really liked that.
I never saw that one.
liked
I never
all-
saw that
all
one.
his
Lord,
movies
I never saw Lords
Derek,
of Salem either.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Lords
I
of
didn't see that. I
Salem.
haven't seen that
Lords
one.
of Salem is hated by everyone.
Is
I
it really?
don't-
I like that movie.
You're the only other person I know.
Why, do you like it,
Literally,
Mark?
I love it.
Yeah?
But everyone hates on that movie. Even Rob Zombie fans, Die Hard.
Really?
Rob Zombie fans hate that movie.
That's like the third movie of like that group, right?
No,
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 the
that one's
trio
outside
movie?
of it. No,
Oh, what was
those movies? The are the Firefly family.
Yeah, the
movies.
House of a Thousand
House of a
Corpses.
Thousand
That one I
Corpses,
saw.
Devil's
Devil-
Rejects,
That one I saw.
and 3 from Hell.
And
Yeah,
Three
see, I
from
didn't
Hell.
see Three
I
from
haven't
Hell.
seen
Yeah.
3 from Hell. Okay.
But I saw House of a Thousand Corpses and the Devil's Rejects.
Devil's Rejects.
yeah,
is
and I
just
saw
a
the
great movie.
first Halloween, but I didn't see the second one. that he did.
So I rewatched.
Yeah, I didn't see his Halloween movies either.
Yeah, I saw that you rewatched
thanks
it.
to Big Bad Voodoo Derek over here, I gave Halloween 2 another watch.
Yeah.
And I hated it the first time I saw it, but when I watched it again recently, I've been watching a lot of Rob Zombie flicks because they're always fun to draw too. You know, when you're drawing something with a chainsaw disemboweling people, Rob Zombie movies just give you that extra.
Yeah.
But I actually enjoyed it the second time, kind of understanding how it was hacked to shit by the producers. I think Rob Zombie gets a bad rap because he gets so much studio interference. It's really tough for him to.
Which is
to
interesting
make
because
it.
they keep letting him make all these movies, and
Yeah.
he clearly has a following based on his music and his
Yeah.
ability
Yeah,
to make
they're,
films.
well,
Like,
they're sensitive
Why
to
do
what
they?
they're sensitive. They're like, this is too much. Is this going to be too much? When's he going to cross the line?
Yeah.
So finally, he pulls back with Lords of Salem, which is not filled with disgusting, dirty, trashy characters or a lot of
It's all
violence,
psychological.
and everybody hates it.
slow burn. Yeah.
It's his studio filmer is like, all right, this is what I can do. Because his biggest complaint, the big complaint on Halloween was, it's more white trash. It's Sherry Moon Zombie. He turned Michael Myers. It's another. All right, here's Lords of Salem. Here's something different. Everybody fucking hated it. I didn't.
I almost feel like that's an across the board thing a lot of the times, especially like he had a lane that was working for him, and then you try something new and it's not what you want, so you don't. I wonder if that's a movie that will have a bigger following at some point.
I don't think it ever
like one of
will.
those
It's an older
unappreciated.
one.
Like, I didn't realize how good it was.
Yeah.
What's old though? What's like older?
Well, let's see. Lords of Salem.
Like 10 years?
I wouldn't say 10 years
over
ago.
10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know if it ever
Maybe
will
I'll watch
get a
it.
following.
I should watch it then. Maybe.
I mean, it's got a great cast.
Yeah.
With the exception of her.
Who's her?
I'm
Sherry
not
Moon?
You're not a
yeah,
Sherry
like
Moon?
I liked her as Baby in the first. Well, and I should say the second one too, Devil's Reject. She was
Yeah.
good in it, but like. She's never been in any other movies other than his.
Well, you know what I was reading,
and it's
though?
like that's a
That's
reason.
his girlfriend, right?
But
Yeah.
here's the
It's
thing,
his
though.
wife now.
They're
Yeah,
married. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. She doesn't, the first movie she honestly did because she was dating Rob Zombie and she did it as a favor to him.
Yeah.
She was a dancer. She was fine.
Yeah.
She never wanted to be an
She
actress.
was fine.
She was fine. Still is.
looks good.
But the only reason she acts in Rob Zombie movies is she doesn't really enjoy doing it. She
Yeah.
does it for him and they have a good time working together. It's a way for them to be together.
But like, then put her in a small role.
Yeah,
Don't put her
I agree.
as
Yeah.
don't put her as Lily Munster. Don't put her as friggin'
that I don't get.
like
That I
if
don't
she doesn't want to do it.
I didn't
it
mind.
it
but,
shows.
I didn't mind her in Lords of Salem. I thought she was fine in that one.
No, I guess not. I
you know.
mean,
But she's,
she's kind
surrounded
of always
by
played like a
super
white
talent.
trashy.
So just so I'm
Does.
clear,
Yeah.
Lords of Salem is not part of the
Not part of the
Firefly.
Rose.
No,
Three
it's-
from Hell.
Three
It
from
is.
Hell
the
is the
third
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Is the
Yeah.
last one.
So that's the last one.
Okay.
And that's a movie that unfortunately changed drastically at the last minute because Sid Haig
Because
got
Sid
really
Haig
sick.
died.
And,
Yeah,
Ah,
he's in
R.I.P.
it
Sid Haig.
briefly,
Oh,
but
okay,
like
yeah.
yeah.
and so they shoehorn this other character, this other relative of the family.
What's his name?
Joe Chill from
Richard,
from Batman Begins.
Okay.
Yeah, what is his name?
Richard Brake. Oh God.
Yeah, no, I think
love
that's
him,
right.
Too.
Yeah, Richard Brake. That sounds right.
Yeah, from 31,
Yeah.
which is another movie everybody hated and I loved. I just like his style. I just like his movies.
Oh, that's a Rob Zombie movie too.
yeah.
Yeah.
31. He
Yeah.
made a lot of fucking movies.
He did.
I was gonna say, Mark, I had a lot of friends, a few friends. I'm not gonna say I had a few friends growing up that were really into Guar. and they would always tell me about their shows, and they sounded awesome. But I just knew, and listening to the music just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
No,
The
it
experience might have been
Yeah.
for me, because I feel like I might have had like a great time in those situations. But I just think like having listened to, dude, what I used to mess around with was Penguin Attack. I used to fucking just randomly, it's a penguin attack, like just randomly, because I had a friend who played that song, and I was like, well, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
And he would tell me about the concerts, and I was like, that sounds awesome. And just like, again, the costumes are so awesome.
Yeah. But even
And the
if
makeup
you're,
is so
theatrics,
awesome. Like his mouth is moving, and everything's just like moving.
But even if you're
They
not
put
a
so much
fan
into
of
it.
the music, the fact that what they what they have to do in the show, the performance itself, how everything has to be timed at a certain point. Again, the amount of professionalism is incredible, and it's really fun to see. And I think you gain even more of respect for this band.
Yeah.
It's not trash. They talk about how they were reviewed as trash, and somehow they had done a movie and got a golden. I can't remember. It was an award of some kind, and everybody at the event who hosted the event said, "Please don't dress up like Gwar." So they did, and they pissed everybody off. So you got all the celebrities in their elegant outfits. They show up in their costumes. They're videotaping the reactions of people. No one is amused. I mean, these guys were just snubbed and looked down on, and David Brockie fed off of that.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's why I love this kind of stuff. Rob Zombie, David Brockie. I like people that feed off the negativity and don't give a shit and just continue to make things their way.
Well, what's great is when it works.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you don't need like a major record label to be successful.
Yeah.
They have merchandise. They have these really great shows. They have this really great following. People like Rob Zombie, them, even like Insane Clown Posse.
Totally.
Yeah.
They have these great followings. So it's like, no, well, we have great fans, and they support us really, really well. So we'll just keep doing whatever
Right.
the fuck we want. It
They
doesn't
don't
matter
care.
what you
Yeah,
say.
like Dean said last week, these are the guys that just thumb their noses at the establishment, man.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Just like Dracula AD in 1972.
Yeah.
Good old Johnny
What's that
Alucard would
Gwar
have liked
documentary
Gwar.
called?
This is Gwar.
This is Gwar?
On Shudder. I highly recommend it.
Check that out.
And go back and I went on a Rob Zombie tangent. Sorry, but go back and check out the Monsters. I'm really sorry for holding you up, Derek. Go right ahead.
No, I was.
And it is
I was,
Richard Brake, by the way.
Yeah.
It is, okay.
Yeah.
And I
who's
was
an
just
actor
looking it
I
up.
love.
It was they didn't win the award, but they were nominated for a Grammy.
Grammy. Okay.
Oh,
It was-
wow,
yeah,
really?
It was
They
a
were
Grammy.
They were
Okay.
nominated for 2 Grammy awards.
All right.
Lost to Annie Lennox and Nine Inch Nails. Phallus in Wonderland, best long form music video that lost to Annie, and SFW, best metal performance, lost to Nine Inch Nails.
Annie Lennox. So not your. Yeah.
Hey.
It's how do you fucking fuck with Trent Reznor, man?
No, you don't.
I mean,
It's
that's
impossible.
tough.
You
But yeah,
can't.
but that's amazing. I
But
didn't know
it's
that
not
they've
so
been-
much that they
I'd say
didn't
the same about
win.
Annie.
Yeah, that's
It
kind
was
of
like,
amazing.
but it wasn't because they didn't win. It's because how they were treated.
Oh
Yeah.
no, yeah,
Up
yeah,
into
yeah,
including
yeah.
you. Like, don't dress up as Squad. Well, what the fuck did you nominate him?
That's how
Yeah,
they
I
get
know,
into yeah.
right?
You know?
That's very award ceremony-ish though. Like
Yeah.
they'll mix in something that has this great popularity
Yeah.
with no expectation of winning, but just to say like, see, we're
Yeah.
not
No
stiffs.
intention.
We know
No
these
intention
people.
of winning.
Every once in a while,
Maybe the
you know?
Academy Awards told Will Smith not to hit Chris Rock,
And he was like, "Fuck y'all." Listen,
fucking
Wu-Tang is for the
Gwar
children.
showed up in Gwar. I'm fucking punching him.
Wu-Tang is for the children.
No, they told him no. Jada said yes. That's what happened.
My mind's telling me
Wu-Tang's for the children.
For the children. We love the children.
I bought this suit because I thought we was gonna win. Rest in peace, old dirty bastard.
Oh, God. Fuck the Academy. All right, Derek, I am sorry.
I haven't really done much this week. I don't really have a lot of new. I don't really have anything new. Other than, I mean, I've been watching She-Hulk and I've been watching House of Dragons.
I haven't seen either of those yet.
Sarah started watching House of Dragons.
I am not allowed to say anything bad about House of Dragons because my mom said that she would stop listening to the podcast.
Oh, don't do that.
Interesting.
Don't do
because
that.
she's a big fan apparently. It's just it's
Hi, Derek's mom.
it's been a slow beginning. I'm sure I've liked things about it. The main king right now that starts off the show. I knew he looked
this the Matt
familiar.
Smith?
Yes.
Do you know where he's from?
From The World's End.
From the world and Hot Fuzz. He's
Yes.
one of the the detectives with the mustaches.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
He's one of them.
Yeah, he's one of the
Merger,
Andes.
merger,
He's one of the
merger.
Andes.
Yeah.
Change the fucking record.
Yeah, Patty
Yeah.
something.
Oh, that's awesome.
Patty
Patty-
Cassadine.
Yeah.
Considine.
Yeah,
like
and
that?
and the guy that's the the main security, like the princess's bodyguard, is
The guy with the beard.
Yeah, is,
he's the one from Outlander.
so something McTavish.
Yes.
He's been in a ton of things.
Yeah.
and he's awesome. He does and
Well,
he's done a lot of voices.
The one that plays the Hand of the King. You
Yeah,
know who
is
he
Rice-
is?
Rice
is
Ifans,
Rice
yeah.
Ifans, who's
A
the
bit
lizard.
wiry. He's a bit wiry.
Yeah, yeah. He's the
From
lizard, right? From the
Replacements.
Andrew Garfield.
Yep.
Yeah. Spider-Man movie.
And
Oh,
he was someone in Harry
Replacements.
Potter
You like
too.
sports? Come on, The Replacements.
I do.
It's a fucking awesome movie.
I know more about sports than
And you're a Keanu
Than I
fan.
do.
He's a Keanu fan too. So that it tracks. It tracks. It tracks.
I was more of a fan of Any Given Sunday.
Oh,
That was a
movie's
good movie.
Awesome.
That's a good.
When the
freaking
guy's
movie.
eyeball gets popped out of his head. You ever see that movie?
No, I haven't seen
The
that
dude
one.
gets
Dennis
it so
Quaid
hard,
and
so
Al
his
Pacino?
eyeball
No,
flies out of
which
his
one is
head.
this? Which one?
Any Given Sunday.
Any Given Sunday with
Yeah.
Al,
So good.
Al Pacino,
Al
Cameron
Pacino.
Diaz, Jamie Foxx, LL Cool J.
That's Oliver Stone directed that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lawrence Taylor.
Such a
Back
good movie.
and to the
Very good.
left. Last Boy Scout.
I feel like
Best
I want to
football.
wait on the.
on House. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean.
I wasn't a Targaryen fan.
That's
I
the
like
thing. I would have
Starks, man.
rather
I want a Stark
exactly.
show.
That's what I said to my mom mom today. We
What's
were
this?
at the beach and we were talking about it and I was like she didn't understand why I didn't really like I'm not digging the show yet, and I could kill. I never even liked Daenerys.
I didn't either.
Like I don't want to know about the stupid Targaryens. I want to
wanna
know
And is it
about
me,
the North.
or is Matt Smith just playing the same character that he did in Morbius?
Does he
Yeah.
dance in this?
I'm
Not
waiting
yet.
for it. Yeah, I'm waiting.
Not yet.
It's like every time you see him on screen, you're like, it's gonna happen. He's gonna dance.
Yeah.
Any minute now.
Yeah.
Is he wearing a fez?
So after we recorded
Dragons are cool.
after we recorded last week, I went home after you were talking about it, and Sarah was watching House of Dragons,
Yeah.
and Matt Smith was. I'm like, holy shit, it's Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, good, he sucks in this too. How is he a good Doctor Who? I
He
didn't
was a
watch
great doctor.
Oh, I thought he was awesome, especially being
Doctor
paired with
Who.
like Rory and Amy. It works well.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like doctors matter, but the companions matter just as much. If you get a shitty
Absolutely.
companion,
Yeah, it
with
takes
like
it right out of it. You can't get into it.
Even with like a good doctor, it's just like
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like Clara, I liked at first, but then Clara wore out her welcome really
yeah.
quickly.
She was
at way too long.
beautiful.
She is.
She's
cute.
beautiful. And then after a
She's
while, I
cute.
was like,
she's
nah,
in.
she's no good.
She's in Sandman.
Oh, I still haven't seen that.
She plays
seen that.
Constantine.
Oh, somebody was telling me that.
Yes.
That,
It's a female Constantine.
That girl
Yeah.
was in Doctor Who. Oh,
Yeah, there's a female
yes.
Constantine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought like Amy and Rory were matched up phenomenal with Matt Smith.
Yeah.
This is like a Rose Tyler. I fucking love Rose Tyler. And, like Christopher Eccleston were so good.
Oh
together.
yeah, she was great in
Yeah.
Penny Dreadful.
Awesome. Awesome. in terms of-
If you want to hear past episodes of Three Geeky Dads, Brian, where can they hear us?
They can head on over to www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.
The number three.
GDpodcast.com. There you'll find all our past episodes, as Mark just mentioned. You'll find lots of other good stuff, like our email. Please drop us a line. You will find links to all of our social media presences, and you will find our Ko-fi page where you can make a small or large or whatever donation, because podcasting is not cheap. I'm trying to think if is there anything else over there. No, maybe not. So I'm just going to say thank you, as always, for listening.
And very quickly, a shout out to Tristan and Christopher Ham from Get Your Shine Box. They had me and Brian on as guests because they were doing The Last Starfighter, and they got in touch with Brian because they know he's a sci-fi fan, or you guys all started talking, and I happened to be right next door. So it's like, hey, Mark lives like a house over. Can he play? And they were like, yes. And they are wonderful people. We watched the movie first, kind of like what we did tonight.
Yeah.
And we watched it via Zoom or something like Zoom. It was
They were on Zoom,
Yeah.
but we were watching it on actually on your Vudu.
Yep.
We had
Yep.
it, and we just kind of synced up.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were actually watching it on, but we were able to sync up the video very, very closely.
Yeah,
and
but they fit right in
worked.
with us, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna have them on
laughing
again.
through the whole movie. We're having a lot of fun laughing through the whole show.
Yeah.
So definitely have a listen with to that episode and check these guys out. Get Your Shine Box.
Yeah, the
is an
podcast is
awesome
called Get Your
podcast.
Shine Box.
Yep.
Chris and Christopher and Tristan Ham.
It's not easy.
Yeah, it's not. It's a tongue twister. Two great guys, like Mark said. Check them out. And also check out Two Geeks and a Microphone. Check out The Geeky Dad. Check out our buddies Marco and Bruno and Mila and Larry
Yep.
over at Entertainment Rant.
Larry's a Monster Cereal fan. He left Monster Cereal, which when Aaron's done touring or whatever he's been doing a lot of comedy lately.
I was wondering where you guys have been.
He's been busy.
I've just been home.
Yeah. I've been drawing. Tito's been at home. Keep an eye out for a new episode of
All I know is that
Cereal.
episode has not been popping into my inbox lately.
No.
That's all.
But definitely listen to all those guys. They're awesome.
Yep.
Thank you for listening.
And if there's anybody that we missed, we'll catch you next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a
You
lot
know
of
who
good
you are.
podcasts out there.
Yep. So, for Three Geeky Dads, this is Mark.
This is Derek.
This is Brian.
This is Tito.
It's Tito saying, keep watching the skies because... Tito's back. And I got nothing because he made
And
me
his
laugh.
face is a lot smaller than Makai's.
Oh, this is
Good
when,
night,
this is
everybody.
what happens when we do... Oh, look at that.
All right, you ready?
Let's do it. Let's rock it. Whenever you're ready. What's your name? Derek. Wow. Forgot for a sec.
Hey guys, how do you? Let me try that again.
Take two.
Yiddish.
I don't know how, Derek.
How do you know? How do you? I don't know. All right. Hey guys, how do you know if a vampire is sick?
I don't know.
You were doing so well that I was like, I'm just gonna let him go.
Hey,
Let him
Mark.
go.
Knock, knock.
You were doing so well.
I will want me to put a finger up.
What are we
over-
saying?
I don't know how.
Okay.
I don't know
All
how.
right, all right.
This is your line, Tito. You wrote it in your head just now.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. All right, here we go.
All right. Hey guys, how do you know if a vampire is sick?
I don't know.
How? By his coffin.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Help!
That one stunk.
That was great.
You're right.
Tupac spits fierce 16 bars. And Dan Aykroyd's like, let him go. He's going to die soon anyways. Rest in peace, Tupac.
Oh wow.
Who's next?
All right, I'll go
Good
next.
to be back, Tito. Thank you.
Right?
Good to be back.
So I'm going to go with 2007's
Too
Paranormal Activity. What? What?
Too soon. I'm sorry.
Who said too soon?
I did.
Oh, you did.
Too soon for the truth.
We moved on, man.
Yeah, I know, I
Stop
just-
bringing us back.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I stepped all over.
That's
you.
right. I'll start over.
Go ahead.
What are you looking at me for?
Nobody's going to bring me in?
No.
Oh, Brian.
yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now Brian's turn.
I'm editing that out.
Oh, come on.
I was just about to say, have fun editing that.
I know.
Brian, what's your pick?
So I'm going with 2007's Paranormal Activity. Thank you for asking, Tito.
It's like pulling teeth. Jesus.
Welcome to Three Geeky Dads. Fuck you if you don't want to hear Hammer movies.